All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here tonight. Once again on Coach Eli 2 Uncensored Live Streams. Pretty much the new home for all my future live streams at some point very soon. Like I've been mentioning in the recent past, when this channel gets monetized, which it should be probably somewhere between the next 2 to 4 weeks. I'm nearing 1,000 subscribers. I've got about 2,900 watch hours. All of the streams, for the most part, will move over here. And my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, will have the pre-recorded content and some occasional live streams as well. But welcome to the show. It is, if you're here live, it is Tuesday, April 19th, 2022. If you're here watching on the replay, regardless of whenever that may be, stick around. There's going to be tremendous replay value. I've got 4 more great Reddit dating stories to go over here tonight. And I'm starting something new tonight. I'm going to be opening up my panels to all of my moderators and trusted people that I send the StreamYard link to for the panel before the show starts. And they're going to be able to pop on and off when they wish. Now, some shows no one will pop on or no one may pop on. Some shows a bunch of people may pop on or maybe 1 or 2. But I'm going to leave it open. So if you're a moderator or a trusted collaborator or a trusted person that I've sent the link to behind the scenes, please feel free to pop on the StreamYard at any point, and I'll start bringing people on in probably, 5 to 10 minutes or so, maybe 15 minutes at the most. But before we get to all of that, let me first of all make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out, and it has. Let me also check out the back end of YouTube to make sure it is rolling smoothly, and it absolutely is. Let's check out one more thing here. Okay. All right. Before we get to the topic here, let me check out the chat because the ladies are already here. Where are the guys? There are no guys here. I'm filled with ladies here. My room is full of ladies, and I don't know what to do with all of them. But, going to the top of the chat, respectfully, maturely, and professionally, I'm here, babe. That's my lady there. Welcome to the show, babe. Great to see you here. Anna Ram's in the house. Or Ram. I keep screwing that up. Anna Ram is in the house. She said, hi, RMP. That's going to be short for my ladies' channel. Hey, Eli. Hey, Anna. How you doing? And then I put a bunch of emojis, and I also put starting in about 5 minutes. And Anna says, impatient. And then my lady below there says, Anna, welcome to my world. Well, what's new, ladies? Come on. You're emotional beings. Do I have to go through my spiel once again regarding the fact that women are emotional beings and they respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment? All women biologically are impatient by nature. As a guy, if you don't understand that, you're going to be a lonely man for, the rest of your life. But here's the thing, ladies, like I always say, good things are worth waiting for, right? Anything great is always worth waiting for. So it's worth the wait, right? Right. Let's see. Anna says, LOL. It is absolutely lovely here. I love what you've done with the place. Are you saying that to my lady, Anna? RMP says, LOL. Anna says, finally, LOL. He hit the switch to go live, right? He flipped the switch. We're live. Rosie Wren, the queen of YouTube. Welcome. Eli, can you do a birthday stream on April 29th, please? Well, Rosie, I don't specifically do birthday streams for other YouTubers in particular. I can wish you a happy birthday. I can come on your stream. I've done my own birthday streams before, but I don't see the reason why I don't do that, Rosie, is if I did a birthday stream for you, I'd have to do a birthday stream for everyone else, and that would never happen, and other people would feel like I'm favoring you. So, but anyway, that's what I'm trying to say. Anna says, Josh is on the phone call. J-Rom's on the phone call. He will be here. Hey, Bull, the Bull of the Woods. Hi, Anna. Hello, the Bull of the Woods. Welcome to the show. Is this your first time here? How'd you find out about the channel? Let's check out the Bull of the Woods channel here. And Bull of the Woods has 546 subscribers. And he's been around since December 7, 2011. Awesome. Oh, it's a trucking channel. Yeah, it's one of the J-Rom crew. Welcome to the show, the Bull of the Woods. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for stopping on by. Feel free to participate in the chat. My wonderful girlfriend's in there under the Respectfully, Maturely, and Professionally channel. And, you know, Anna in there. And Rosie's here. And many, many more to come. So thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Anna says, yep, I was telling her that her world is lovely. Well, that's great to hear. All right, folks, as we wait for some people to pop on in, remember, if you're a moderator or I've sent you the StreamYard link, feel free to pop on anytime. I'll hear the little bloop, bloop, and I will let you on shortly after that. If you're a moderator and you want to come on and comment along with my commentary tonight regarding these 4 Reddit postings I will be going over, just know on the StreamYard, all you're going to be able to, do is hear audio. What goes out to YouTube is not going out to StreamYard because I use open broadcast software and I've integrated StreamYard into OBS. So if you do want to see what's going on, the entire stream and see my face and all that, and you come on the panel, you're going to have to, watch the YouTube viewing on a separate device and make sure you mute it so it doesn't feed back into the show. There's also a 25-second delay regarding what I say here and what goes out because I use normal latency here in the studio for better quality. So now that we have that out of the way, tonight's topic is people that message you on dating apps for weeks without meeting, plus more. One more time, people that message you on dating apps for weeks without meeting, plus more. Let me share my thoughts regarding this here and how I've personally experienced this and how I handle this. It happens to both men and women, and this is something that you cannot get upset at. Now, there's a right reason on why I feel this happens and a wrong reason on why I feel this happens. The right reason is this. When you're on a dating app or a dating site and you're single and you're looking to meet someone that's single, and let's say you're looking for a relationship, you're going to, hopefully throw your eggs in many baskets. Because a lot of times the first woman or man you connect with is not going to be the person that, something's going to work out with, right? Sometimes you may get lucky, but most of the time it's going to take going through, a lot of fish in the sea to find that right person, okay? And I'm going to get to this posting here in a second. And what this person is basically putting out there is that there are, I believe he's a male, and he's saying that, I think it's a female, and she's saying that there are a lot of men out there that will have great conversations with me for weeks. They're very responsive. They seem very down to earth and reasonable, but they never, end up meeting me. Why does that happen? Well, there are 2 reasons in my opinion. And the first reason is this, okay? Maybe this particular man, or women can do this also on the flip side, or they do it on the flip side. Maybe they're talking to multiple people. That's what people do. And maybe you're their second or third option. Maybe they're talking to somebody else that they see as a better option, and they're looking to see if that pans out. And if that doesn't pan out, they're going to go to their next best option on down. But most people, what they'll do, until they are sure that that's the person they want to meet and see where things go, they're going to talk to multiple people at once. And I don't really see any problem with that. When I was in the single dating world before I met my lady on Match.com, I was talking to many women, lots of them, right? And my lady's not going to want to hear this, right? Because she wants me all to herself. And babe, you've got me all to yourself. But before I knew you existed, I put myself out there in hopes I would find a woman like you, right? But before you came along, a lot of the bad ones came along, right? And I was talking to 5 or 6 other women, right? But when my lady came along, okay, those other 5 or 6 women, I didn't delete them. I didn't block them or anything, okay? When my lady came along, I stopped responding with them because when my lady came along, she stood out so much and I enjoyed communicating with her so much that I kind of almost forgot those other women, were there. But I didn't get rid of them because what if it didn't work out with my lady? What if my lady, and I just, we had a phone call and we decided not to meet, right? Which that didn't happen. It happened the opposite, right? You want to leave your options open. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But here's where I feel it gets wrong, okay? Let's say that a man and a woman are dating and they've been dating for 6 months or a year or 2 or 3 or 5 years, right? And then let's say, the man, for example, is really losing that loving feeling with his lady. Maybe they don't have sex as often. Maybe they don't go on as many dates. They're still together. They're still an emotional bond, but the relationship is kind of dying down, okay? What should happen in that situation is that man should talk with the lady, and if things don't turn around, he should break up with her and leave that space open for both of them to go find who they want. But here's what a lot of guys do that ladies have always done. Guys will go out there and they'll try to line up a replacement, right? Or maybe they don't want to break up with their lady, but they're looking to get some attention from other women, and they'll go on these dating sites and they'll pretend like they're single and they'll have a reasonable conversation with them, and it'll be like a real conversation as if they were single. And then after a few weeks, what happens? Okay, the lady is wondering, why haven't you asked for my number? Why haven't you decided to meet me yet, right? Right? And that's when these guys start to fall off. They'll end up probably saying something like, well, I'm just looking to really get to know someone, before I meet, blah, 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 right? The truth of the matter is this. If something is meant to be, especially through the online dating world, and even in real life, it's going to happen either right away or it's never going to happen, right? So a guy or a gal that is pushing things off for a week or two and is just sending endless messages back and forth, they're either just looking to line up a replacement and they're not ready to leave their partner yet, okay, that they're currently with, or they're just seeking validation, whether they're with someone or not. Hey, Jules, how you doing? Welcome to the show, Jules. I don't know if you sent me something on Facebook or not. I didn't get a notification, but did you send me a message again on Facebook? Let me know, and that way I can connect with you and even get you on some of these panels. So we'll get to the Reddit posting here in just a second. We'll get to that in just a second here. Give me a second here. All right. J-Rom said he will hop on the panel in a bit. Okay, cool. Anna says, hey, Jules. Jules says, hey, Anna. And she says, yes. Let me check on that real quick. And let me look at my message requests. Oh, there you are. She's asking me if I've seen this video. Which one are you talking about? Yeah, I've seen that, Jules. It's pretty stupid. Yeah, my mod crew behind the scenes made me aware of it. I kind of talked about it on my earlier stream I did today from my walk. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Same shit, different day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we should be connected. If you want to send me a voice message, I'll send you one right now. Hello, Jules. This is Eli. If you can just send me a quick voice message so I know it's you. And then I can even send you StreamYard links and stuff like that where you can pop on the panel. All right. Always networking, even during the live stream. That's the best time to network, when they come on your, come into your chat through, the live stream that's happening. So let's go ahead and switch on over to the browser screen and get to this first post. I did already on that same FB LOL. Okay. All right. I'll scroll up and read all those messages in a little bit or later tonight. Unless you want to pop on the panel tonight, then I'll verify maybe when I'm on break, and I'll bring you on a little bit later. All right. Let's switch on over here to the browser source. Where are we? All right, there we go. There it is. All right, this first posting, which is also the title of this stream, is from the subreddit Dating Over 30, and the original poster's title is people that message with you for weeks, no date plans. One more time, people that message with you for weeks, no date plans. It is usually presumed they are breadcrumbing you. Yeah, they are breadcrumbing you. They're seeking validation. Maybe they're dating someone else and they're not happy in that relationship, but they have decided that, they don't want to leave that relationship yet. Maybe they're putting themselves out there to kind of feel things out. And if there's somebody decent, maybe they'll get to know you. And when that happens, they'll leave their current partner and get with you. There are many reasons why people message you for weeks on a dating app and not make any date plans. Someone that's completely single and in a happy place and ready to meet someone will send a few messages back and forth, and then they'll get your number, or you will trade numbers, and then you get on the phone. If that sounds great, if the phone call pans out and the phone call, like I said, the phone call goes well and it sounds great, voice and what you're talking about, then you plan to meet the next day or the day after. It's typically going to happen boom, boom, boom. If it takes weeks, there are some issues. Keeping you on the back burner. I've been chatting with 2 men now for about a month. Wow, that's way too long. They are very engaging in conversation. That's what happens nowadays. A lot of people on YouTube do the same thing on YouTube with these YouTube relationships, right? Internet relationships, right? Long responses, ask me questions, daily messages, but they never ask me out. So in essence, they're doing everything right, and you're interested in seeing where it goes, but it never gets to a date, right? And it's for all the reasons I just mentioned, okay? I do not like asking men out, so that's not an option. No, it is an option. Welcome to the modern world, sweetheart. It is an option. You can certainly ask a man out, or you can certainly give a hint and say, I would love to see you, as soon as possible. You seem really cool. I'm really excited. You want to hang out sometime? What's wrong with that? But yeah, men should be more assertive and ask you out. But if you've been talking with these guys for weeks or a month or so to no avail, right, then either these guys fear rejection or they're just using you for validation. Maybe they're, still dating someone and they're trying to feel things out. And, because it seems real, because they probably are being themselves with you, and they probably are communicating with you in the same way they would be communicating with anyone if they were actually single, but they're not actually single, right? So you have to always take that into consideration. A man that's talking with you for ages and never asks you out, there's something that they're hiding. That's the truth of the matter, in my opinion. You tell me what you folks think in the chat. Why would someone not want to meet off the apps after so long? For the reasons I just mentioned. Okay? I'm thinking of just ending it with both of them. You should. They're wasting your time. They're completely wasting your time. And maybe you're talking with them because maybe they're good looking. Maybe they don't look like they look in their pictures. Maybe that's what they're afraid of. There's a bunch of reasons. But if it takes a guy more than a couple, 2 or 3 days to ask you on a date that you've been chatting with on a dating app, then there's something not right. There's something not right. Should I just tell them I'm moving on? Yes! Absolutely yes. Absolutely. Edit. I've noticed a lot of people commenting on me not asking out the men. My reasoning is in the past, when I've done so, I haven't been attracted to them after getting to know them because they tend to be more passive in many other ways as well. Not talking about sexually, it never really even progresses that far. I just prefer men that like to take the lead as they have more of the qualities I seek in a partner. Well, you know what, ma'am? After you saying that, here's what I think the issue is. Sounds like to me, ma'am, that you are more of a dominant female than a submissive female. It sounds like to me that you are exuding more masculine energy than feminine energy. Maybe it's due to the type of job you have, and you can't turn off the masculine energy when you get home from work or when you're talking with guys online. So the guys you really want, when you talk with them, they pick up on the fact that you have this masculine energy, and they eliminate you. The only guys that are going to be attracted to a woman like you are feminized men, which you're not attracted to. So you see this? This is what's happening here. This is exactly what's happening here. So these guys are probably beta males that are just waiting for the woman to ask him out, which is never going to happen, right? And the men that this woman wants don't want her because she's behaving more masculine than feminine when she approaches men. That's what it appears like to me. 576 comments. Let's see what the chat says here. 577 now. It just rolled on the fly. 578. It's rolling automatically. Wow. If you let them, they will usually continue this for years. Probably some guys that are very insecure and beta and feminized, yeah, they'll wait forever, for you to ask them out. Or they'll just use you as a texting buddy. Don't ask me how I know, but choose your own destiny. Perhaps just ask him out or stop responding. You're doing the same thing they are, so ask yourself why. Look, a real man is not going to be afraid to ask a woman out. And see, this woman is testing these guys to see how strong they are because she's a strong woman. So she needs a man stronger than her, right? So it's not that she doesn't want to ask them out or can't ask them out, right? It's not wrong for a woman to ask a man out, but she wants these men to ask her out and be assertive so that can give her a sign that, these are strong men that are able to deal with a strong modern-day woman. Kind of like my woman's a strong modern-day woman. She's got a lot of traditional roots, but she's a strong modern-day woman. And if I was a weak guy, it wouldn't work out. That's what's happening here. LOL, regrettably, I've learned this myself. It can last years. And why do you ladies keep doing this, right? See, the funny thing is with most ladies, I'm not saying my woman or women I've dated, but most ladies that I hear about this from online, even when they're dating someone, always have their male orbiters, through these dating apps or, through Instagram or all these social media sites. So it's because ladies love the attention. They love the attention. Even if they're loyal and faithful to a guy, ladies are always going to have the attention from many, many, many men. But in this situation, it seems like she's been talking with a couple of these guys on a dating app, and she's actually specifically looking to find one that wants to have a relationship. And she's looking for a real man that's assertive. And these guys are more passive, and they're more beta. They're more feminized men, right? And she's more of a masculine type of woman. LOL, I like to refer to them as my pen pals. Big round of applause! That's because they're acting like a pen pal. That's because they're acting like a freaking pen pal. Yeah. One more reply. At least y'all's response. Mine just stopped recently. Time for me to give him one last chance and ask if he's even still interested. Yeah. Look, ladies and gentlemen, it works both ways. When you're on a dating app, if you're tired of going back and forth with someone after a reasonable amount of time, it's not wrong for a man or a woman to ask, hey, are you interested, or are you still interested? Would you like to exchange numbers and set up a time to meet? Get to the point. Be direct. Be decisive. People that are ready will move along with you. People that are not will say, I don't give out my number, or I don't blah, 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 right? And then you just have to block them and and move on, right? You folks are focusing way too much time on one or two people when you have loads and loads of other options, okay? Let me check out the chat here real quick. Hey, Mama Goonie, welcome to the show. How you doing? Let's see. California Ford Outdoors. How you doing, girl? Zero High. Long time no see. California Ford Outdoors. Greetings, Coach Eli. Greetings to you, California Ford Outdoors. Let's see here. Hi, CFO, says Anna. Anna's got the millennial acronym thing down. Mama Goonie. Hi, everybody. Anna says, Mama. California Ford Outdoors. Greetings, Mama. Welcome. Anna, welcome, says CFO, California Ford Outdoors. Mama Goonie at Anna Ram. So I keep screwing that up. Great vid, Anna. I got to check it out. I got to catch up on Anna's videos. She's been putting out some really, really good videos. Moderators, feel free to share your channels in the chat or anyone else's channels you feel would be worthy. No problem with me. Mama Goonie, I'm going to try it. Anna says, when you do, please let me know what you think. Are you talking about the recipe? Let's see. Mama Goonie, doing great, Eli. And you're doing quite well, Mama Goonie. Mama Goonie, we need to reconnect on Facebook. I think we were connected at one point. Can you go to Elias Melas and see if we're connected? And if you can't find me, that means I may have blocked you back then, even on Facebook. I will unblock you, and then we can definitely chat there and keep in touch. And I can send you these StreamYard links through Facebook Messenger. California Ford Outdoors. Hi, brother, Coach Eli. This is a wonderful topic. Well, thank you so much. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Let's continue. Let's share a few more comments from this first posting and get to the second posting here. Yeah, so far, none of my mods are free to pop on the channel. I know Anna said that Coach J-Ram will be here in a little bit, but the rest of them, there are plenty of others. Maybe they're all busy. It's all good. Not a big deal. All right. Yes. OMG. There was a lawyer on Tinder I talked to on and off for no joke like 3 years. Wow, that's way too long. What was the lawyer doing, giving you free advice? We lived only a few miles from each other and had tons in common. We'd have other relationships, get on Tinder, rematch. Finally, I'm like, what are we doing? This is weird. Are we ever going to meet? First red flag, he challenged me on wanting to meet in public and asked why we couldn't just drink wine at his house because he just wants to bang you, man. This lawyer wants to get to the point. I'm like, well, I know we've been chatting a long time, but I still don't really know you. I just want to feel safe and be in a public setting. Why is that something to even question on me? He begrudgingly met me at a neighborhood bar, sat super far away from me, though we still managed to have a good convo. At the end of the night, he walks me to my car and nothing happens. He ghosts me. A year later, we rematch and he's like, well, I just didn't think you were that into me. You didn't try and kiss me. Come on, dude. Oh my God, this has got to be like an introverted, feminized male lawyer. How in the world is this guy a lawyer when he behaves like this as a man? Wow. Well, I just didn't think you were that into me. You didn't try and kiss me. I'm like, what? Dude, I was the one that made the effort to get us to actually meet. Never again. Ha ha. If I was talking with a chick for 3 years, now here's the thing. This typically doesn't happen, but it's happened before, okay? If I was talking to a woman for 3 years and I couldn't get her to feel comfortable enough by the way I talk with her to want to come over and have some wine and bang, then there must be something in that conversation that wasn't just, coming off the right way to this woman. Because, look, even if you don't meet someone, if you're talking with someone for 3 years regularly, you're gonna get to know everything about each other, right? and you're going to be able to build an emotional bond, and you're going to be able to build excitement, right? And this guy just, you know, didn't know how to build rapport with this woman, or he doesn't know how to build rapport with women. He didn't have any flirty fun with her on the phone. I'm not saying have phone sex or anything like that. I'm saying, you know, maybe after a few months saying, wow, I enjoy talking with you, but, you know, I have a hard time, you know, listening to your voice. And she might say, why? Because it's really sexy. And, you know, I mean, I'm trying to be a good boy here, right? You gotta flirt a little bit, and you gotta trigger her emotions. You gotta trigger her, uh, you know, emotions, so that way she can start to have, you know, a feeling of a connection with you, and that'll get her, you know, sexual interest going. Someone just popped on the panel, and it looks like it is Coach J. Rob backstage. We're going to bring you on in just a minute or so. Coach J. Rob, just so you know, you're not going to be able to see anything that's coming on the stream right now because I've integrated StreamYard through OBS. So you can come on camera if you want, or you don't even have to come on camera because most of the time I'm going to be on a different screen. So hang on one second. Let me get through this posting here, and then I'll bring you on before we get to the next one here. Yes, or yup, he's either disinterested but will accept sex if offered and easy, or cripplingly passive, pretty much always a waste of time. Well, this guy, it sounds like he's dated a bunch of women. Like, you know, maybe he was talking about, or maybe he was talking with this woman for the last 3 years, in between having sex and dating other women. And you know, these other women probably gave into this lawyer guy, uh, you know, very easily, you know, for sex. And yeah, maybe this lawyer guy is just used to having women make the first move. Making the first move is typically a guy thing. So, yeah, this guy seems to be a little bit strange to me. Or he could be married. Sure, it's possible that he's married. Maybe does a lot of traveling and can only talk during certain times. Yeah, married or has another girlfriend or whatever, right? Ah, yes, I forgot married or live in girlfriend, baby mama, etc. Right, right. If guys or gals are making it very difficult for you to meet, then there's something else going on. That goes without saying. All right. Oh, one more thing here. What the fuck? What's even going on here? Is this just a case of someone being super shy? I mean, I wouldn't go as far and say this guy is super shy. I would say maybe he's a bit socially awkward, or maybe his game is just to meet women that are totally into him and throw themselves at him and are ready to have sex with him on the first night. And if this woman, you know, wasn't going to do that, then he was going to ghost her and go away. Um, yes, babe. Yes, absolutely. To your question, absolutely. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to. Yeah, give me just a second here. All right, just one second here, folks. Yeah, she's my lady just sent me a message. No, I know it's you, bro, because you're the only people I sent the link to can come on. No one's shared the link. Yeah, give me one second. I do want to send a message behind the scenes here. Hang on. All right. Let's go over to the next posting here, and I'm going to bring on Coach J-Rob, who's sitting backstage there. Let me go ahead and get to full screen here and bring on Coach J-Rob. Hello, Coach J-Rob. Is that you? You're not going to porn bomb me, are you?
No porn bombs here, bro. No porn bombs here.
No porn bombs. How's it going, man? Welcome to the show.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me. I am watching what you're doing on another device, although there's obviously a lag, so I'll try to keep up the best I can.
Yeah, there's a 25-second delay in the studio because I use normal latency for better quality. And that way it doesn't buffer as much or at all on your folks' end. So that's why it's that way. But and pop on and off as you wish. If you have to pop off for a little bit, well, that didn't sound right, but you know what I mean, right?
Whoa! Let's keep it clean.
Yeah, I know. I have all those slips happening all the time. I've been known to do that over the past 5 years. But
I know.
I've
seen the compilation videos of all of them.
Yeah, there's too many to mention, right? But anyway,
way too many.
Have you seen my background tonight? It's all nice and colorful, isn't it?
Yeah,
we like colors.
It looks very familiar.
Yeah, I figured you would like it, J-Rom. I put it out there specifically for you. I figured you really like that bridge. You know, the rainbow of colors, right?
Yeah, where do you know where that's from? It looks familiar. It looks like either Tokyo or maybe New Orleans.
I think it was from the States. It might be New Orleans. I get my images from Canva. I have a paid account there. It's like $12 or $13 a month, and I create thumbnails there. And there's also a ton of images you can use, and you have the copyrights too. So I'll have to look on Canva later on, and I'll let you know privately. But I think it is somewhere in the States. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it seems like I've seen a rainbow bridge in Tokyo, and I've also seen a rainbow bridge in New Orleans as well. So it's only two places I've ever been to that had those.
Yeah. So it's probably one of those. But we're going to go over some of these dating stories tonight. It'd be great to get some of your opinions. You know, like I said, pop on and off as you wish. If you step away for a little bit and then come back, or just stay on a bit and then, you have other things to do, no problem. So let's just get back to the browser source and get to this next posting here from the subreddit dating_advice. And the original poster's title is, "Do women actually find vulnerability attractive in men?" This is right up your alley, J-Rob. Tell me I'm wrong. This is right up your alley, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And I was reading this earlier, and now on the actual page this was posted, it says, "Sorry, this post was deleted by the person who originally posted it. But I got the screenshot, J-Rob. You know how it is in our neck of the woods. We take screenshots of everything because, people delete shit all the time, right?"
All the time. It's a daily struggle.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's switch over to that. And there's my backup copy. Let's read what I believe it's a man that wrote this. And then we'll dissect this as we go through and read some of the comments here. And if anyone else pops on, we'll hear them and bring them on as well. "I know there's a difference between vulnerability and insecurity." Well, yeah, it's true. Yes, it's very true. Yeah, go ahead, J-Rob. Go ahead.
I was going to say it rides a fine line. The difference is a very fine line.
Yeah, my thoughts are, vulnerability and being gullible, those go hand in hand. Being insecure is above and beyond being vulnerable. I feel that men, should be vulnerable to a certain level, because that's being real and that's what bonds, men to women. But if you're too vulnerable, then you're gullible. What are your thoughts about that, Coach J-Rob?
No, I do agree. I think there's a difference between, it's a very minute difference between gullible and vulnerability. Your cat dies or your favorite pet dies, and you you cry about it, it's a very vulnerable moment. Or if your mom and dad are getting divorced, a male might get a little vulnerable about that situation. Oh my God, they've been married for 40 years or whatnot.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I think insecurities, I think they come from the hurt of vulnerabilities. Whenever you've been vulnerable in the past and you've been hurt, I think that can create an insecurity. Um, Gullibility is something completely different. I think, though, maybe I'm not sure, man. Like, I'm not sure where I lie with being gullible and being vulnerable. Or at least not when it comes to the correlation of the two.
Yeah, no, that would make sense to me. And Jules in the chat says, I don't think so. Being vulnerable doesn't necessarily mean insecure. Yeah, no, I think we were just mentioning that a second ago, and it makes sense. But like J-Rom said, people become insecure because they take chances. They allow themselves to be vulnerable, whether you're a man or a woman. And when things don't pan out, people get hurt for a little while, and then they put their guard up, and those are you know insecurities that they have to work through to allow themselves to be vulnerable enough again to put themselves out there. But let's continue here, or we'll never get through this. I used to do these, J-Rom, and I would go through line by line, and it would take me literally an hour to get through like 5 lines. And
Well, in
other
fairness,
people,
I told you on your walk stream that I'd be glad to pop up, but this is probably not going to get through 4 if you got me on the panel. I'm the same way. I like to dissect things and discuss them. So
yeah.
I'll try to be a little quiet and let you do your business.
Oh, no worries, no worries. And I'm trying my best to eliminate the latter, the insecurity part. But it feels like I can never really be truly vulnerable around women. Well, that could be an insecurity. That could be, something that he has to work through. Maybe he has some past trauma and stuff. Real quick, J-Rom, you think it's past trauma or going through some past experiences that, hurt him or something like that?
Yeah, I would have to ask why. Why do you feel like you can't be truly vulnerable? Like, what caused that insecurity?
Right, right. So whenever I admit that I've gone through some tough times and I'm going to therapy to try and improve myself, it feels like girls take that as a huge red flag. Shouldn't working on improving myself be an attractive quality? Sure. I mean, I probably wouldn't tell a woman that you're going to therapy, before you start to date her or something like that. That might scare her away. Give her a chance to get to know you, and then kind of ease into telling her those things. Nothing wrong with going to therapy, but I think the problem nowadays, you can let me know what you think in a second, Jerome. The problem is when people hear that, they're thinking like, oh, you're just a crazy psychopathic guy. Right. When the truth of the matter is, normal people go to therapy all the time. Right, Jerome? I mean, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think therapy is a good thing. It's absolutely a good thing. If you know that you need the help, by God, ask for the help. I think that's a very manly thing to do, to know your limits and know when it's okay to ask for help. However, I would dispute the fact that this man shouldn't be dating. If he's in such a bad place that he's having to seek help for an insecurity or a problem he's having, I would say you're
Mm-hmm.
probably not secure within yourself enough to be secure within a relationship. So why
Mm-hmm.
traumatize another person in a bad relationship? I would say if you're not happy with yourself and you're not ready within yourself, stay single.
No, I completely agree with that. Nothing more to add to that. You nailed it, man. I I hear women talk about how men need to be more vulnerable, which is great because that definitely helps fight toxic masculinity. Yeah, well, that is true because a lot of guys are completely closed off emotionally. And as a man, if you are not emotionally open, emotionally aware, emotionally stable, emotionally strong, emotionally intelligent, it's just not going to work in a relationship with a woman. Don't you think, Coach Jaron?
Agreed.
Okay.
Absolutely agreed.
Absolutely. Okay. The issue is it seems like a lot of them seem to see vulnerability as insecurity. That's because of the way you're coming off, man. No, women, if I'm vulnerable with my woman all the time. That's what she loves about me. I'm not insecure though. I'm vulnerable because I'm able to express my feelings on the fly with her and not worry about her or anyone else judging me. And that's more so what women are picking up on your insecurity. And they always go after the guys that are really closed off about their feelings. Well, if they're the bad boys, they go after them maybe for a screw or something like that. But women are not going to want to, date a man or marry a man that's closed off emotionally. I mean, does that make sense, Coach Jaron?
Yeah, no, I'm not so manly that I can't admit that the movie The Notebook. Every time I've
Mm,
watched that movie, I cry. It gets to me. And I've been told by other women as well as Anna herself that it's very attractive quality that a man can cry when something sad occurs. So I think it's
right.
his presentation of the fact that he's been hurt in the past. Like he comes off very shy, bashful about it, maybe a little guarded about it, or even defensive. Whenever they kind of look at him like maybe a little judgmental, he gets defensive. So of course people are going to think it's an insecurity.
Yeah, yeah, and there's nothing wrong. We should probably do an entire stream on this. I've talked about it before. Maybe we can do a show on this on your channel, J. Rob. Is it okay for men to cry? We've talked about it before, but we never labeled a stream then. I think that would get some good traction. Nothing wrong with a man shedding a tear every now and then. Now, if you're a man that's shedding a tear 24/7, then you're like a woman. That's not going to
Mm-hmm.
work. But nothing wrong. I mean, we have feelings too. Damn it! I mean, come on, right? I mean,
Yeah, I love how you said that in the most masculine way possible.
well,
We have feelings too, damn it.
well, you know what, man? You're on the panel here, so it's all good. Positive reinforcement, brother. That's what it's all about, right?
There you go. Gotta have
I
gotta have another
go
man,
ahead.
right?
Right, right. Like when I was telling you before my lady came over this past weekend, I was putting on the what do you call it? The Just for Men, right? And I said that's a little tutti
Hmm.
frutti, and you said, yep, that is. But hey, it
Yep.
works. It looks good. Gets me laid,
Hey,
man. So
it's all that matters.
that's
Although
all
I
that
think the
matters,
regal
man.
look, I think the regal look with the gray would probably get you laid a little bit more.
Oh, the distinguished look is what you're talking about.
I call it regal. You call it distinguished. Same thing. But I guarantee you, and I'm sure your lady's listening, that I think that you would find she would probably be just as willing to be intimate with you if you were gray, and she might even find it a bit more distinguished as she is an older woman, not a millennial or nothing like that.
Hmm. Yeah, she's an older woman, but
So,
she looks good. I'll tell you, man, she looks good
oh
for
no,
her age. It's yeah,
I'm not saying anything in that respect. I just meant her
right.
age and her thoughts versus the millennial crowd or even the younger crowd. Um,
Oh yeah.
I find that women in our age range tend to be more turned on by the gray and the regal, distinguished look.
Yeah, my brother keeps telling me that. My brother's about a year and a half younger than me, and he's got the gray thing going on. He's like, dude, man, you need to stop coloring your beard, dude. It's like women are gonna laugh at you. I said, oh, dude, women love it, man. I have no problems with it. To each its own. Let's continue because we can talk about this shit for days. We're never gonna
Well,
get through all this stuff.
on the topic of insecurities, versus vulnerabilities, I shave my head bald, so do you. That makes us a bit vulnerable, to the world of people that hate against bald. That gray is kind of a vulnerability, but dyeing your stuff could be seen as a bit of an insecurity.
You know what? Let me respond to that. Actually, for me, like, I don't have a problem being gray or being bald or anything like that. I just, this is honestly, this is what I do. I'm like, okay, so ladies wear makeup, ladies color their hair, ladies, as they age, they can still look 10, 15 years younger if they're in good shape by
So
using
why
these
shouldn't you be
products.
able
So,
to?
right, I'm a fucking man. Equal rights, right? It's like, why can't I do the same shit to myself?
That's exactly
Right?
right. I mean, I can't say much, and I'm just busting your
I
cojones
know
more
you
than
are.
anything. Because I mean, listen, I'm 43 and I still go to the gym all the time. I still lift weights. I still work out. I still act like I'm in my 20s. So I get it.
No, I totally agree, man. I totally agree. All right, let me get back to this. Let me switch back to that other screen here. Where were we at? I know not all women are like this, and maybe I've just gotten really unlucky or go after the wrong girls or something. Well, some women don't handle it the right way. Some women are not, the greatest, and will just see a lot of things as weakness that aren't a weakness. But a lot of times, even the good women, if you're coming off this way, if you're coming off as insecure, they're going to pick up on that, and that's going to turn them off. Where otherwise, if you were secure and just a little bit vulnerable, but not overly vulnerable, the right amount, they would be more attracted to that. Do women actually find vulnerability attractive, or are they just lying to everyone, including themselves? Let's have you answer that first, Coach J. Ram, and then I'll.
No, I think women actually do find vulnerability attractive. It's the insecurities that they don't find attractive. And if this guy is saying that he's had this occur with multiple women, I mean, and I say this a lot, at what point do you not look in the mirror and think, well, maybe it's me? I mean, maybe it's just the way he comes off. Maybe it's maybe he kind of tucks tail when he tells these women this thing. I mean, obviously, we're not there to see the communication, and let's be honest, like 90% of communication is nonverbal. So I would say it's his behavior or his stance or his positioning or maybe his aura when he tells these women this thing.
We have to agree with you that if you're a guy that is not vulnerable at all, you're going to have a hard time even getting women just to get laid, or even to kiss, or even holding your hand. Like you got to be in touch with your emotions, but not in an excessive way. You have to be emotionally balanced. You have to be a well balanced man. Know when to amp up the emotion to bond with the woman, and know when to be the strong rock, because she's going to need you to be the rock most of the time. So, or are they just lying to everyone, including themselves? No, women are just emotional beings, and they want to bond with you emotionally, but they also want to be able to trust your masculine core. So they're looking for you to turn it on and off like a switch. Women are emotional all day, every day. They can't turn it off if they even want to. Men, and let me know what you think about this, J-Rob. Men, a good, strong, real man is going to be able to turn the emotion on and off.
No, I'm going to disagree with you there, and only on semantics alone.
Okay.
I get where you see it that way, but let me open your eyes to something else. I don't think a man can turn his emotions on or off any more than a woman can. What I think is we handle the emotions in a much more controlled way.
And
So
rational way?
whereas in a more rational, more controlled way. So it would
Mm-hmm.
seem like we're turning our emotions on and off when in fact we're just handling it in a very controlled way. If my if my cat gets hit by a car, or dog gets hit by a car, and the kids are screaming and crying, and my woman is screaming and crying, and yes, I'm tearing up and I'm emotional over it, but I go out there and I scoop the dog off the road and I take it to the backyard and I bury it, and then I have a little cry in bed, before bedtime that evening on my own. It's not that it was unemotional at the time. I simply controlled it in a manner to show respect to my family and to my beloved pet. So I don't think we turn it on and off per se. We just control it.
That would make sense. That would make sense. We are at 53 minutes, folks. Let's read a few comments here before we take the break. And what I'll do, J-Rob, if you want to stick around a little bit more, I'm going to take a break and play some music. You can mute while I'm gone, and then we can go over the next one when I get back, if you're still around. But that's up to you. Let's
Yeah,
see
I can give you
here.
about 30 more minutes.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. About 30 past the hour. Okay. Let's scroll down here. Let's actually go back to the actual page here. And let's read a few comments here and see what the people in the audience here are commenting. Personally, I wouldn't find any of these alarming, but it depends on how and when you talk about it. Are you sure you're not oversharing? I have my own issues and areas that need improvement, and while I'm not ashamed of these, I wouldn't throw them in the first conversation I have with someone. Being confident and open about being in therapy is great. Making it seem like your defining trait and entire personality can be a turnoff. I'm not saying you're like that, but I met people of both genders who were, and they didn't seem to be aware how they present themselves. So, Coach Jerome, like I was saying a second ago or a few minutes ago, this person saying the same thing. Nothing wrong with
Mhm.
going to therapy, but it's not something you want to mention. Hey, my name is Eli, babe, and before we go on a date, I want you to know, I want to be transparent with you and say that I'm in therapy, right? How would that come off, man?
Right. It's going to come off like maybe you're a psycho. I mean, I would let a person get to know me and then, maybe mention it. I don't know, maybe third, fourth, fifth, sixth date. I don't think you want to lead with, yeah, I'm so and so and I'm in therapy. It's a bad way to lead.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Next comment down below. I do tend to overshare quite a bit. LOL. Well, I'm the same way. I think Coach J. Rob, that goes without saying. We
Right.
we we like to we like to share a lot. I actually recently got diagnosed with ADHD. Sorry to hear that. Uh, though, so now that I know I'm making more progress than I ever have on improving in that area. Okay, nothing really to respond to that there. Let's get to the next one. I suspect this is likely to be more about oversharing than vulnerability. I think of good vulnerability as like not afraid to be open with how he's feeling about me, our relationship, and not afraid to answer questions honestly or share if certain things happen to come up in conversation. They are able to identify and share their feelings and hopefully work through any problems before they become big problems. However, if we are just a few dates in and a guy does a big feelings dump about all of his various struggles, that scares me. It can seem like either this is just tip of the iceberg and there's much more to come, or that he's still deep in active processing about stuff and maybe not at a more stable place where he's ready to add a partner to his life. Let me share this real quick, and then I'll get your feedback, Coach J-Ron.
Mhm.
Like I've said to men before, and this is what Coach Corey Wayne says as well. Your job as a man when you first meet a woman, in my opinion, is to hang out, have fun, and hook up. Your job is to not bring up the relationship, not vomit your feelings on her. Be a cool, calm, and collective, laid back guy. Take her out on dates, hang out, have fun with her, and hook up. Ram her in the bedroom, not rom her, ram her in the bedroom, right? And well, for rom it'd be rom. Okay, you can share that in a second. But so and then typically a few months into it, unless you're my lady, like it was instant for her, a week or two, and she was just sold, right? And once your lady starts to ask, hey, where is this relationship, where is this going, do you see a future here, or can we become exclusive? You leave that to the lady, and once she brings it up, you say, yeah, I feel the same way, yeah, let's see where this can go, right? And at that point you slowly start to open up more feelings and see how she reacts. And you're going to get to the point of where I'm at with my lady now, where we've been together 7.5 months. We're completely open with each other. We, can share anything and everything. There are times where I've cried in front of her. I'm not ashamed to admit it. On the phone, in person, she's cried in front of me. But it's brought us closer together. We've been through a lot, and we're like each other's best friends. We're best lovers, but we're best friends too. What are your thoughts about what was said here, Coach Sharon?
No, I agree. Your partner should be your one of your best friends, if not your best friend. Yeah, as far as the comment on the post, I agree. That big massive feelings dump like date two, date three, and that's what we were both saying earlier. It just comes off as strange, um, odd. And the commenter's right. It's like, is this just the beginning or is that everything? And it kind of just, it's almost confusing, I would say. Like you're trying to get to know someone, and then all of a sudden, here's this big dump of emotions, and you're like, okay, you know, like it's confusing
Mm-hmm.
and it can be a bit scary. But good night to CFO in the chat, by the way.
Good,
California
good
Ford
night.
Outdoors said good night to you, by the way. Um, don't know if
Good
you
night.
caught that.
Oh, I didn't want to interrupt you, but yeah, no, I see it. Yeah.
No, it's fine. Feel free to interrupt. It's your show. I'm just a guest. Feel free to interrupt me all you wish. Um, yeah, I think it seems so far that these commenters are kind of in agreement with us. Like it just comes off like an insecurity versus being vulnerable. I think the guy's confused, or the girl, or whoever is confused about vulnerability and insecurity.
Yeah, no, that would make sense. Let me read one more comment. I'm going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and get through the next posting before you have to get on out of here in about 20 minutes or so, like you said. Let's see here. I'm a one-man show. Oops. Oh, sorry here.
I don't hear it now.
All right, I'm here. I'm back now. You can hear me right now. I muted myself from the show too. Give me a second here. I hate when I hit the wrong button. It screws things up. All right. Okay, so
Well, it has been a while since you've done a panel show, so.
Yeah, well, it's not only the panel. It's like I've got 4 different screens through OBS, and I've got all these virtual audio cables, and it's I've got a $400 studio. Like I was accused of having a $400 studio, J-Rum, so that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Well, you've seen my studio.
I like your studio, man. I like
Kitchen
your studio,
table.
man. That's all
table.
good. Hey, that's how I started, man. I mean, like I didn't think I was gonna do videos at this level, but anyway, we can talk about another time. Let's see. You just said I tend to overshare a lot, and next sentence saying you have ADHD. Oversharing is 100% the issue and isn't to be mixed up with vulnerability, which should come with intimacy when you and a partner are ready to open up. And also please make sure your partner is also ready to hear about your vulnerabilities, because it's not always something people are ready to hear about. Well, I think for me, it's about timing. Sorry, it's about time. I can't even talk, my throat. It's about timing. And, you have to wait for the woman to come to you and basically, start sharing things with you first. And then you open up to her, because at that point, she's really into you and she's ready to have that conversation. You guys have to learn, in my opinion, to pick up on the signs when a woman is ready for certain aspects, and don't overdo it, because it'll come off as pushy early on and it'll push her away. It'll make her feel like you're rushing things and pushing things. A relationship, in my opinion, has to be the lady's idea in order for it to work. What are your thoughts, Coach Sharon?
No, I agree. I think it is okay to approach a woman about some things, especially if you've been together for a while. Like in Anna and I's case, we've been together almost 2 years. You've got 7 months with your lady. In our cases, I think it would be okay for you to approach Mrs. Melas, joking, of course, and say, babe, I've got some things on my chest. Can I talk to you about them? I think it's okay in that case. But if you're date 2, date 3 in, no, you're probably not there yet.
No, I would definitely agree. I mean, I think this is early on. I think the first 2 to 3 months are going to set the stage for the rest of your relationship. If you get past the first 2 to 3 months, it's typically because the woman has come to you and said, hey, where do we stand? How do you feel about me, and this and that? And that's your cue, guys, to basically let her know how you feel, because she wants to know at that point, where do you stand? And then you may want to say, well, what do you mean by that, babe? Be more specific. Even though she's trying to lock you down, just be specific, because I want to make sure I answer your question the right. Well, I want us to become official. Oh, are you asking me if I want to be official with you? Well, baby, if you're ready for that, of course I'm ready for that. She might come back and say, well, why didn't you tell me? Because, baby, I'm just enjoying my time with you and going at the pace that we're both going at, right? And
no,
boom,
I agree
ahead.
with that, but I do want to give a piece of advice in there. Fellas, don't hesitate. Don't ho-hum around. I mean, it's okay to say, what do you mean by that? Or what are your thoughts, or something along those lines, but don't hesitate, because if she sees hesitation, she's going to take it as she just busted you out. You know what I mean? Like, don't hesitate with some kind of response.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Coach J-Rom, Coach Corey Wayne says, if you hesitate, you will masturbate. That's what happens.
Yeah,
That's absolutely right. If you hesitate, you will masturbate. All right, and that's going to wrap it up for this first part of the show. I'm letting you know, Coach J-Rom, I don't know if you may want to probably even pop off now because I don't think we're going to be able to get through in the next 15 minutes that next posting because I'm going to take about a 10-minute break and then I'm going to do a monologue coming back. So it's up to you if you want to stick around a little bit more. If you want to bow out, no problem. What's your call, brother? Your call.
Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and step down, man. I've got to be up super early in the morning. I've got some court stuff I have to deal with, and I got to get my truck out of the shop and go get my trailer. So I've got to be up fairly early. So it's been a pleasure. I would love to have came on a little bit longer and really got into some dissection on some of this stuff. I think this is maybe we can do this again, perhaps knock it down to like a couple topics since we like to chat for hours about things. But yeah, I would love to do this again sometime, man. This is great. I'm so glad we're able to work together. I think we both have some different perspectives and some similar perspectives, and I think together we can all learn better. So yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me up.
You're very welcome, Coach J-Rom. Thank you for stopping by. We're going to go ahead and place you backstage. Thank you for being here. All right, let's go back to full screen. Hey, Dion, you want to pop on for a little bit after the break? That's up to you. Anyone else want to pop on? Let me know if you're a moderator. The link is backstage. Mama Goonie, if anyone is connected with Mama Goonie from my mods and she wants to pop on, no problem if you want to send her the link. But make sure you only send it to her because I don't want the trolls getting in. I don't want to get porn bombed, right? All right, let me cue up some royalty-free YouTube music and step away for a quick break. Do 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 do. Yeah, for some reason my lady loves it when I go do 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 do. You want to come on, Mama Goonie? Yeah, no worries, Coach J-Rom. Thank you for coming on, even for 30 minutes or so. It's great to have you here. Let me just cue up that music. Cue it up. Do 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 do. Let me see here. Boo doo boo boo doo boo doo boo. Okay, we're almost set. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for about a 8 or 9 minute break or so. When we return, we've got a couple more Reddit postings to go over and some more people maybe joining me on the panel to dissect them. If you're a moderator, the link is in the Coach Eli moderator chat in the on Facebook Messenger. I've sent the link out to a couple other people that are trusted collaborators and people I trust. Pop on in, and I will bring you on as soon as possible after the break. But when we return, we're going to be heading over to the subreddit dating_advice, and we're going to be going over a posting labeled My 24 male friend, I'm 23F, of 8 years, doesn't understand I will never date him. He keeps calling, crying, and I want to block him. So fucking annoying. One more time, my 24 male friend, she's 23 female, of 8 years, doesn't understand I will never date him. He keeps calling, crying, and I want to block him. So fucking annoying. Wow, 8-year friendship, right? So this goes back to when he was 16 and she was 15. And the reason why, I'm just going to guess right now, this guy is acting like a sissy. He's not acting like a man, right? He's like, smothering this woman. He's acting like a big effing sissy. Let's just put it that way. So that's what I think is going on here. And this posting has actually been removed, but I have a backup copy. But the next one and final one that we're going to do tonight is from the subreddit Deciding to Be Better. And it's titled, I feel lonely, not sure what I'm looking for. One more time. I feel lonely, not sure what I'm looking for. So that's what we're going to get to right after the break. So for now, stick around. Stick around, stick around. Round, 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 round. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, too much skin. Be a little more professional, Eli. Yeah. All right. Hey, what's up, old dirty ninja? ODN's in the house. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta feel it, folks. You gotta feel it. You gotta feel it. You gotta feel it. You gotta love yourself. That's where it all begins. You got to love yourself. Before you can love anyone else, you gotta love yourself. When you love yourself, anyone else's hatred projected upon you will not even matter. It won't matter at all. All right. Whew. Wow. Yeah. Stick around, Mama Goonie. I got the message behind the scenes about the Facebook thing. We'll address that and take care of that and even bring you on the stream tonight, if we can. Yes. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube. We are live tonight on Coach Eli 2 Uncensored live streams. Becoming the new home of most of my future live streams when this channel gets to over 1,000 subscribers, which is nearing there, and gets to 4,000 watch hours. It's getting there too. I'm nearing 3,000 watch hours. This channel will be monetized. At that point, the Walking with Purpose streams will move from my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, to this channel, and these streams will continue happening here from the studio. There will be occasional mobile and in-studio live streams on my main channel, but most of it's going to be transitioning here. My main channel is going to have more of the pre-recorded content. I'm going to be doing a lot more content at 4K and 60 frames per second, or at 60 frames per second. I'm going to be doing some more videos out and about all over the Bay Area and wherever I go to bring you the natural beauty around me while I share my positive thoughts with you folks. Ninja, you are feeling it, huh? Respectfully, maturely, and professionally. Welcome back, babe. Yeah, great to see you here, babe. Glad that you are here as well. Tonight we've been discussing people that message you on dating apps for weeks without meeting. People that message you on dating apps for weeks without meeting, plus more. If you missed the first part of the show, go back and check out the replay, because that was the very first Reddit posting I went over. It was pretty interesting. I shared my thoughts, and you can definitely learn a lot from that regarding how to better handle this crazy modern digital dating world that we all live in. You don't have to be digital characters. You can actually meet people in real life. And if people are prolonging, taking that next step of meeting you in person, you've got to learn how to address that and move on if it doesn't happen. All right, before we get back to the show, I did get some messages from behind the scenes regarding Mama Goonie not being able to find me on Facebook. She did find a clone account, and I may have her blocked. So we're going to take care of this right now, live and on the fly. I'm not going to show you what I'm doing here, obviously. We got to get to the block section, settings and privacy. Settings, privacy, blocking. And let's see here. Let me see here. Give me just a second. Let me see. Mama Goonie, what is the name of your Facebook account under? Because I know you probably use a different name there. Let me see here. Let me know, Mama Goonie, because I cannot find you on my block list here. I'm scrolling through and I'm just trying to see if this is here. God, my block list is like a mile long. Let me check out the chat here real quick. Look in private chat. Okay. Fair enough. Let me check out the private chat here real quick. My apologies for this, folks. Got to take care of the maintenance. Okay, well, I'm looking in the private chat. Can somebody send me, Anna, can you send me in the private chat what is Mama Goonie's Facebook name? Can you send me that? And I will get her unbanned. In the meantime, let me check out the chat here real quick. Let's see. Good night, Anna and J-Ram says Sifu Smo. Betamon. The Betamon song will be back. Trust me on that. Older Ninja feels it. Mama Goonie says woot. And look in the private chat. Okay, we don't have any new messages here. I kind of would like to figure out, what name Mama Goonie uses on Facebook so I can unblock her and then get her the information. But I'm not being sent that information. So let me try to look one more time here. And if I don't find her name, then we'll have to do it another time. Lots of people blocked here. Lots of people blocked. Huh. No, I found another lady with the same first name, but I cannot find hers. Okay. Well, we'll have to do it another time. My apologies, Mama Goonie. We will figure it out afterwards. All right, folks, let's get back to the next Reddit posting here. And if anyone wants to pop on that has the link. Oh, she's actually backstage. I don't know how she got. Did somebody send her the link? Well, here's the thing. I got my screen on, so it's like my version of the porn bomber, right? Oh, look in private chat on what? On StreamYard? Ah, there it is. Okay. Give me a second, Mama Goonie, and I will go ahead and unban you. You're talking about the private chat on StreamYard. Okay. Yeah, I'll take care of that afterwards because I need to go to my block list and see the name there. Yes. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, let me try that one more time. Sorry for this, folks. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see that on my block list. Okay. All right, we'll just take care of it another time. Maybe you recently changed your name and it hasn't updated back, on the back end of Facebook there. All right, let me see if this is her. Mama Goonie, is that you?
Yes, indeed. It's me. Yes, me.
It's
It's me.
it's the real you. Welcome to the show. How are
Well, I
you
mean, I
doing?
turned on the cam real quick, so
There you are. How's it going?
it's going well. And how about you?
Not too bad, not too bad. I need to figure out how to unblock you on Facebook because you've been the screen on the back end of Facebook. It shows it shows the name of the user, and you sent me your username, but I don't see it on my block list. When I go to the link, it says
I
content
even
not available. So
yeah,
I'll
I
have to
got.
figure out. I don't know if we double blocked each other. Maybe you blocked me too, but I don't think you did. But
I
we will
think that
figure.
maybe on my end that it might have been set to a little bit of a private, so I probably have that going. So, if you can be able to provide me the link to yours, then I can be able to
Yes,
go ahead and send you the invite.
yeah,
You see what I
yes.
mean?
I can even put that in the chat right now. I don't have a problem.
You don't have a
Everybody's
problem.
found me. Everybody knows who I am. It's Elias Dimitri Melas, Facebook.com/ Elias Melas 73. Well, I put my damn name right on the screen, so
Well, yeah. Okay.
I've been through the ringer already, so it doesn't matter. I mean, there's not much more people can put out on me, Mama Goonie, right?
That's true. That's true. I mean, it's almost like why even bother? But if you like, okay, you may call me Michelle. That's my
Yes,
real name.
I've known your name. I just don't know what you want to be addressed, and I've always tried to respect people's privacy out here.
Everybody
But
knows that my name is Michelle. It's even in the title of my stream and in my profile, so it's not a big deal.
fantastic. You ready to dissect some of these dating stories with the feminine perspective?
I'm going to do my very best.
Okay. Anyone else that wants to pop on, Dion, if you're around, or anyone else that has the link, feel free to pop on, and we'll bring you on the panel when I hear the bloop bloop. The StreamYard bloop bloop, whatever that sound is.
I never figured out how to turn that on. The blip blip. No, I never figured that out.
It should
It's
be
weird.
automatic. It should be automatic. That when you hear that little sound, bloop bloop, that's somebody popping on the StreamYard. There may be a setting, somewhere where you can turn off that sound, but
Right.
it's on by default. I'll look afterwards,
Okay.
and then I'll send you a message behind the scenes when I figure out how to get you unblocked here. All right, so let's switch on over to the browser source. You're not going to be able to see this on your screen, because I've integrated StreamYard through OBS, and you can look at another device as long as you have it muted. There's a 25-second
Yeah,
delay.
I got it.
But yeah, LOL, love that mama says respectfully, maturely, and professionally. Cool, right on, right on.
Aww.
So
You
this is
see,
from the Go ahead, go ahead.
you see, I'm lovable. Go right ahead.
Yeah, we all go through things, and we all have to learn how to navigate these YouTube streets better, Mama Goonie Michelle. So this is from the subreddit dating_advice, and the original poster's title is, I'm going to read it differently because when they write it this way, it's hard to read. My
Okay.
24 male friend, I'm a 23 female, of 8 years, doesn't understand I will never date him. He keeps calling, crying, and I want to block him. So fucking annoying. One more time. My 24 male friend, I'm a 23 female, of 8 years, doesn't understand I will never date him. He keeps calling, crying, and I want to block him. So fucking annoying. And sorry, this post has been removed by the moderators of our dating_advice. Why? I have a backup here. We're going to get to that here in a second.
All
But why
right.
would you guys remove this? I mean, let's switch over to that, and let's go here. It was a very, very short posting. Let me read this. It's short, Mama Goonie, and then let me get your
Sure.
thoughts. I mean, based on the title alone, it says a lot. But let's read what they wrote. He keeps telling me he wants to marry me, and it is irritating as fuck.
Oh dear. Oh
He even
my.
cried when I can't even. He even cried when I reminded him that I'm not interested. Like, dude, I'm not interested. I have tried to be polite, but he isn't listening to me. I'm honestly considering blocking him. We have been friends the last 8 years, but this is
Ooh.
becoming unbearable. 8 years in the friend zone, and I bet this dude hasn't dated other women, or he's been an incel, a lonely, involuntary celibate man. What are your thoughts about this, Mama Goonie?
Okay, well, I could tell that this young lady is trying to be kind and just want to keep him as a friend. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
she's trying to be kind. Um, Homeboy, oh my God. After 8 years, it's time to move on. It's time to move. It's been time to move on. As a matter of fact,
Right.
if he's after her for 8 years of trying to get her to marry him, and she's
Mm-hmm.
been saying no for 8 years, at least 7 of the 8 years, dude, no. Okay. That's kind of creepy, kind of stalky. I would say block him, cut him out, do it
Yeah.
hardcore.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. I mean, I could see if this guy was behaving like this for even a year or two, that would be long. But after a year
Right.
or two, come on, if you don't get the hint, this woman doesn't want to be with you, and if you're going to give up 8 years of your life, and I'm assuming, well, actually,
Right.
she did I switch here? Here we go. Sorry, I went back. It went back to the other.
It's
He's
okay.
24, she's 23. So if you're looking at 8 years, he was 16 and she was 15 when they met,
Right.
and I guess they're still pretty young. But by this
Right.
point, if this dude wastes any more of his 20s trying to get this woman, number one, it's going to be harassment, and
Mhm.
he's gonna get in trouble for that in different ways. Maybe get a restraining order or something like that. But he's going to
Yep.
waste some of
I
his
agree.
best years to find a better woman, don't you think?
I say so. I don't think it's necessarily a better woman. I would say that she needed to be upfront and honest with him and tell him like, okay, this is the last time. We've been through this for years. It's a no. Actually lay her foot down. And if he still doesn't get it, then start with the blocking. If he still pursues, then restraining orders, the whole nine.
Yeah, yeah, and it's really sad because a lot of these guys that are in this position are really trying to be nice guys, but they're being overly nice because they haven't learned how to be a man yet. Maybe they didn't have a strong father figure growing up. Maybe the mother was more of a masculine mother and he had more of a feminized type of father. And he's going to have to figure this shit out on his own because his overly nice approach, like you're saying, is
Right.
going to get him a restraining order or something like that. It's
Oh
just,
yeah.
I
And
mean,
he's simping. He For a guy that is asking for the same woman for 8 years, he is hardcore simping. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah.
He's weak. He is simping.
Yeah, he's not only
Okay.
he doesn't even
And
realize he's simping and he's simping. Yeah.
and his weakness is probably that he may have approached other women during the time period, but all of them told him no, including this one.
Hmm.
He is simping hard. He needs to grow up.
Yeah, and he's hanging on to her because they've been friends, and other women won't give him the time of day because he doesn't know how to approach women. He doesn't seem to have a lot of self love. It seems like
Weak.
he's
He's weak.
he's a beta man. Beta man. Let me do my beta man song. Beta
Better
man. Beta
man,
man.
better man,
Beta
better.
man.
But I mean, really, okay, no, it's ridiculous. I think that he needs to have, you know, he needs to grow up, grow a set of balls. Okay, somebody has his balls. Apparently, he doesn't.
Hmm.
So somebody has, and he's tried to give his balls to this woman, and she don't want him. Okay,
Right.
he doesn't. Want 'em. So I would say that he definitely need to get out more. He's probably one of
Hmm.
those secluded type of guys.
Hmm.
What did you guys call them? The guys that live in the basement and what do they call them?
Oh, the incels,
Yes,
involuntary celibates.
right. He's probably
Yeah,
an incel. He's probably even
yeah,
still a virgin.
probably, probably. He
Mhm.
can change that. He may be even a good-looking guy. He just, he doesn't, have any self-love or self-respect, and he just hasn't learned how to be a man yet. He hasn't learned to, learned how to approach women. Maybe he has
Maybe.
social anxiety or something like that. Maybe he's socially awkward, and that definitely turns women off, right? Mama Goonie being socially awkward.
Or maybe he's just plain ugly.
It could be that too. It could be a combination of everything. It could
No,
be.
he's ugly. He's ugly. He
Yeah.
has the nose on his forehead, the mouth on the side of his face. Homeboy ugly. Okay?
Okay.
It's a
Okay.
possibility. And
She's brutally honest. Awesome. Well, let's go back and read some comments here. Back to the original posting, which is still available, even though the actual posting part of it was removed by the moderators of dating underscore advice. I don't know why. I mean, this is as clean as it gets. I never understand why certain
right.
things, you know, get removed. But let's read some comments before we get to the final posting here. It
Sure.
sounds like you aren't friends anymore. Well, were they really ever friends to begin with? Like, she friend zoned the guy and he agreed to friendship. And if you want
Right.
something romantic with a woman, you never agreed to friendship. The way that I've always said to handle that, Mama Goonie, is,
Mm.
if a woman says, let's just be friends and this and that, and you say, listen, I'm not interested in being just friends. She might say, well, why not? Because, well, I think you're hot. I think you're sexy. I enjoy spending time with you. And
Mhm.
I want to get to know you better for something romantic. But if you don't see me in that way, then I'm going to let you go do your thing. But hey, give me a call if you
8
change your
years.
mind. Right?
I'm
Right?
going back to the 8 years. 8 years. 8.
Yeah, no, I know. I know, but he should have done this and he should have done this initially. She probably
Right.
friend zoned him when he was 16 and she was 15, right? He
Right.
should have at that
Right.
point said, but he was at that point. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, Michelle. I didn't know, how to do this. But what I'm saying
Right.
is that he should say, hey, give me a call if you change your mind, and then he turns, he walks away, never looks back, never calls her again, never texts her, never emails her, anything like
Right.
that.
Right. Right.
And you'd be
Right.
surprised. Sometimes women will be like, wow, he finally is leaving me alone. And that might even spark some interest to revisit it because now he's walking away from her, right? What are your thoughts, Michelle?
Well, I mean, something? Starving a person of attention could strike a little bit of interest, but it's not guaranteed. If she's stone cold, like set in her ways, I mean, this one perspective, just one. What if she's gay?
Hmm. Could be.
What if she is gay? Because that's not mentioned, whether she's
Right.
straight, gay, or either way. What if she's gay?
Hmm.
Okay, him walking away and then coming back later in life, probably wouldn't change anything. It's like, dude, I'm only interested in girls. Okay, I'm not interested in you. I see you as a friend.
Hmm.
Okay,
It
just
could be.
just to throw that. It's just another area, another possibility.
Sure.
But it sounds to me like that he's been in constant contact with her for 8 years.
Yeah.
He did not
Yeah.
give her an opportunity to breathe. After they graduated high school, usually people would tend to go their separate ways. They go to
Hmm.
colleges, they get their careers, they're working on themselves to be self-sustainable, to self-independent. I
Right.
don't even know what the situation is with this man. I mean, is he in his own career? Is he an incel? Does he Has he dated anyone else? I mean, there's a whole lot of holes that need to be plugged in to find out exactly what's going on with this dude and why she's not attracted to him. It's kind of hard to speculate. There's just too many holes. I'm going with either that she's gay or he's really ugly.
Yeah, either that or he also,
Or he's
maybe an
weak.
average looking guy, but can't make up for that with his personality and charm, and he doesn't know how to talk with women. He's
Right.
weaker than she is, and that's a big turn off to women too. You
Right.
know?
So he's probably incredibly weak. Maybe I don't know if you recall, okay, that not to go above. I really don't like to give ourselves numbers as far as attractiveness scale, but what if she is like a 9 and he's a 3?
That's true. That does factor into play. I've talked about the attraction scale before, and I've always said that nowadays, because there are so many thirsty beta males out there, the value of all women has been overinflated. Like women that are threes are now perceived as nines or eights or nines. Like all women think they're like eights or nines or tens, and they
Right.
all want the top, 20% of guys, right?
Well,
So
beauty
what
is
I
in the eye of the beholder. Got to keep in
sure,
mind.
you can get
Beauty is
lucky
in
and
an eye
find
of the.
someone that's going to accept you for who you are, and vice versa, but it's very rare nowadays. It's not, and nothing's impossible, right, Michelle? But the way the modern world's
Mhm.
gone, this is how it usually goes, right? And so when
Well,
you're looking at the attraction scale, I've always, the way I've looked at it is, I try to date a woman that's, at my attraction level. Like my lady and I are at a very similar attraction level physically, but there's a lot more to it than that. We're older and we're looking for more of an emotional bond. We're looking
uh-huh.
for the mental connection. We're looking for, stability and the spiritual bond and
Well,
all that. And when you're in your teens and 20s, you don't even know what the hell an emotional bond is or
right.
spiritual bond is and all that stuff, right?
Well, that's the thing. Okay, the guy that I'm dating, um, well, I assume too much with him because he is such a younger man than I am.
Mm-hmm.
So, since he is substantially younger than I am, um, I made too many assumptions that he does not have the maturity level. He doesn't have the understand my complexity being an older woman.
Mm-hmm.
But he presented me a challenge, okay, which is something I respect. It's like, give me a try. Give me a try. Okay? If I don't make you happy, then we can be able to go ahead and separate off as friends and no harm, no foul.
Right.
And believe it or not, he's made me incredibly happy. So it's, it's pretty, he's quite surprising. So as far as for age difference, I mean, I'm not saying that he's an ugly guy. He's incredibly handsome.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's like I wasn't trying to punch up. And he thinks he is punching up with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's pretty much treated me like I'm on some sort of a stupid pedestal. I don't like pedestals. Okay. I am a all-star Converse jean t-shirt wearing kind of woman. I don't go into stilettos. Yeah, I get my nails done. Yeah, I wear a little
Mm-hmm.
makeup, but I'm pretty much
Yep.
down to earth. And I'm incredibly stubborn. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
Taurus. I'm a true Taurus. I'm incredibly
Okay.
stubborn, but I'm incredibly loyal. Okay,
Right.
unless I see that you're doing wrong, then I clock you on it. And you've already experienced that with me, Eli.
Sure.
You have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So does the other guys or any other bodies. Okay. But as far as for this young man, I seriously feel that he has sheltered himself. I think that is a borderline obsession, and obsession can be very dangerous. So that's why I say, block this man, get a restraining order, because if you're not interested in this man after 8 years of knowing him, it's
Uh-huh.
not going to happen.
Yeah. Michelle,
It's
here's
not
the thing. The way I look at it real quick, the way I look at it is when I
going
was his age, I went through a similar phase of being obsessed with a couple of women, right?
uh
But as you get older and you realize, your value as a man, that's like the
right.
most important thing right there. Like you got to have the attitude as a man that every woman wants you, even though even though that's not true, and even though every woman's not going to want you, you've got to love yourself to the level like any woman would be lucky to be with me. And I'm not going to sit here
All right.
and waste any time trying to suck up to a woman, pretend to be her friend for 8 years, thinking that one day I may just get my chance, right? If she doesn't
Right.
want to be with me right away, then screw it. There are 100 other women that are waiting in fucking line. That's the way you need to look at it, right? And respectfully,
Well,
maturely, and professionally says, fellow Taurus, I knew that's why I love you, mama. Oh, that's my lady saying she loves you.
oh,
All right. Oh,
oh,
lady bonding moment. Yeah.
see, look at there. Okay, she like me. She like me.
My lady says
She's
she is
amazing.
not helping him by being nice. Well, she was probably nice for 8 years. He probably here's the thing, what we don't know.
Right.
He probably was taking her to dinners, buying her things. He's probably spent a shit ton of money on her, and
Yeah.
that trying to get her in that way. And she probably kept telling him, "Hey, we're just friends and this and that." She probably tried to tell him to not buy him things, but after a while, what are you going to do, right? And
I mean,
now
I
he's
can
trying
see
to
little
be.
birthday gifts,
Go ahead.
Christmas gifts. I see that, but if she's not attracted to him sexually or
Right,
emotionally or see him
right.
as a boyfriend material, it's not gonna happen. She
Hmm.
can be nice. It's okay to be nice. It's okay to be a friend. Okay, but it's not okay that he's asking her to marry him all this time. Listen, okay, quick story. Okay,
Hmm.
when I first went out on my first date in high school, okay, uh, this young man, very sweet, we went to a movie, um, and he fell immediately in love and asked me to marry him on the first date.
That's a little too soon, a little too much. Yeah.
I was only like 17 years old. And I'm like,
Wow.
no, 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 no. No, 17, dude. Okay, he was
Wow.
18, I was 17. It's like, no, it's not gonna happen, not like that. So we went out to a second movie, which is fine. He got a little handsy, and I probably done something that is terribly wrong and is cowardly. I'm gonna say it right now. It's cowardly. Um,
Wow.
I excused myself to the bathroom, and I wasn't driving back then. Okay, so I went to the quote unquote bathroom, and then I proceed to leave out of the mall and catch the bus home.
Wow.
I left him there because he got a little scary to me. So the only thing I is either fight or flight, and I took flight. But I mean, I was only 17 years old. But when you come across something like that is going at you that emotionally and
Hmm.
just going in that big and that heavy at you, that
Hmm.
will scare you away. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
this is way too much for me. I don't think I could be able to handle this. I got a lot of things on my plate. I don't need you. So I took off. And he called me all day. And it's to the point that my mother had to pick up the phone and say, look, stop calling.
Hmm.
Stop calling or I will call police.
Yeah.
So, I mean, eventually he stopped, but that was a scary thing. Now, imagine something like that for 8 years. It's time to cut him off. It's been time to
Yeah.
cut him off.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
Mama
That's the way I
Goonie,
look at it. Yes, sir.
right? And Mama Goonie, like it's funny, and I think I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I think you'll agree with what I say here. Like, a lot of women will come out and say, "We don't chase guys; we want guys chasing us." Well, sweethearts, what happens when a guy chases you? He's basically chasing you out of his life. You see, guys, you have to look at what women respond to, not what they say. I'm not saying don't listen to a woman, but there's a big difference between what a woman says and what a woman responds to. And here's the thing:
Right.
if you go and chase, like Mama Goonie was being chased here, Michelle was being chased, right?
Right.
She didn't allow this. She didn't. He didn't allow Mama Goonie to get to know him and to get to like him and start chasing him. When a woman likes you, she will chase you. And when she stops chasing you, it's over. If you start chasing her, it's over. You just got to be cool, calm, and collected. Hang out,
Right.
have fun, hook up, take her on dates, make mad, passionate love into her. Let's say it as properly as possible. Make mad, loving, passionate love to her as best as possible. And then let her bring up the relationship. Let her try to lock you down. You just be a cool, calm, and collected man. That's it. Like, what do you think before we continue moving forward, Mama Goonie? Because we got to wrap this up soon. We have one more posting to go over. It won't take too long.
Okay, I would say that when it comes to sexual contact, I would say as long as that is good on both ends,
Mm-hmm.
not just him.
Right.
Okay, she had to be at comfort and at ease and feel safe first.
Right.
And if she feels safe, and if that's what it turns into, then fine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that if she wasn't ready, or that she's not interested, dude, it's time to block and leave. Block and
Yeah.
leave. Block and leave. Okay, let's go
I
ahead and
mean, she could even
yeah.
say that, hey, if you don't stop bothering me, I'm going to have to get a restraining order on you or call the police. Like,
Right.
if he keeps going, then that's what she has to do. And maybe he'll get the hint then. I'm going to try, bro. What do you mean you're going to try? If you're busy, bro, you're busy. Just, I don't care if people come on or not. I love you folks, Dion, but like, there's no need to feel bad. You're going to try. You're either going to make it or you're not. Not a big deal, brother. If you've got things to
Mm.
do, you got your lady to take care of, or other things, we can do panels another time. And Dion, when are we going to do a panel on your show next? When do you want to do a late night one tonight, Dion? If you're up at 2 in the morning or something, when I'm done talking with my lady, I'd be willing to pop on a panel with you, bro. I'd be willing to pop on a panel with you. You want to have a late night chat with Coach Eli? We can do that, brother. All right, Michelle, let's get back to the browser screen here.
Go
And
ahead.
let's go back to, here we go. That's where we were at. Let me read a few more comments and we'll get to the last posting here. Let's see. He's not a friend. No, he's not a friend. He never was. He was just playing the long game, hoping she would eventually like him. Don't feel bad for him. Original poster, cut him loose. Yeah, that's what guys do. They sit around. They accept friendship with a woman when they want something romantic, and the woman knows it. And that's the best way to be taken advantage of for your time
Uh-huh.
and your resources such as money and other things. Long game is an understatement at 8 years in. I have to give him a big round of applause for that one. Now, Michelle,
Yeah.
I could not have said that any better myself. Long game is an understatement at 8 years in, huh?
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Dude, 8 years. Way too long. Way too long. Okay. I would say maybe a year or two after high school, but after that, that's it. That's done. No, 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 no. Move it on. Okay. Move it on. It doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. Okay. By high school and into college, they would have already been high school sweethearts and married, have careers, have a family, you know, if that's the direction that he wants to go and she agrees to. No, that's not the case. She don't want him. As a matter of fact, she's probably dated other men while he's in, while she is in a friendship with him. He had to. He had to seen her
Mm-hmm.
dating other people. I mean, come
Right.
on. If you like somebody so much that they're willing to wait, but you see them dating other people, how would you feel? See, that's when I think that's where it gets dangerous.
Right.
There might be some control issues. Just
Yep,
saying.
it could be anything like that. Let me read just a couple more comments. Let me read one more comment here, and then we're going to get to the next posting.
Okay.
For some guys, it's really not. The last two guys I thought were my best friends, but were just playing the long con. That's what it is. It's a con. We're 5, and then 4 years
Wow.
respectively. If the second hadn't seen his chance and sexually assaulted me and I shut that friendship down, I'm sure it would have continued, considering he told me over a year later that he broke up with his girlfriend because he couldn't get that night, and this is a run-on sentence, and me out of his head. He clearly didn't see it as an
Wow.
assault, and if anything, he fantasized about it long afterwards. So for most of these dudes, the delusions they've created in their heads, they will wait it out as long as it takes. So basically, what I think happened here, Mama Gooney, before we get to the next posting here, is that, these guys in the friend zone, one of these guys, was hanging out with his, so to speak, friend, lady friend, right? And he started
Right.
trying to kiss her and grope her and do those things. They didn't have sex, but he was trying to force himself upon her. And she told him, stop, stop, stop. And maybe he finally stopped or tried a little more. And then she said, stop. And then he got
Right.
the hint and stopped. Or if not, then, she would have called the cops. He would have been arrested for sexual assault, domestic
Right.
violence, whatever, right? And then this is what these
Right.
guys just don't get. It's like, guys, let that shit go. There's so many fish in the sea. Like you get, stuck and hung up on one woman that wants nothing to do with you. I mean, what are your thoughts, Michelle, before we move to the next posting here, the final posting?
I agree. I think that maybe, and I'm not a doctor, maybe he might need to have some, to get evaluated. Maybe somebody that is a little bit more
Mental
supportive.
therapy?
Yeah, maybe some therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or, at least have his family, his friends talk to him about this obsession that he has with this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If she's not interested, he needs to be convinced, hey, tell him that he needs to move on. And I don't think that he's convinced, and that's why I'm saying that things can get very dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And so I was going to say something, but I lost my train of thought. I'm look. I'm
Stop
looking
looking at
what's
your girl.
I'm looking at the chat here real quick, and all I'm going to say is this: I don't want any drama here on this channel. I'm not triggered about it. It's not that I love everyone, but having certain people here just brings drama to my channel, and I don't want any drama. I'm not a drama channel. I'm here to discuss topics, and certain people, all they want to do is raise awareness of their drama channels to try to get my audience to go over there, and that's just not going to happen here. So,
Well, we just want to
let
have fun. We just want to
yeah.
have discussions. We're trying to
we
run
can
your
have
channel.
we can have fun, Mama Goonie, and I don't have a problem
Yeah.
discussing even certain drama things at times. But the bottom line is, when it's fake
Mhm.
instigated drama, like what you and I were a part of, that we've removed ourselves,
Yeah.
such as many other people here now have done,
I have
there's no
removed myself.
upside for us. Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
upside. It's all fake, and we don't get any money. They get all the money, right? So it's
Right.
not worth it, right? Go ahead.
It's
What
not
do you want
worth
to say
it.
about it?
No, you were going to go ahead and move on to the next one.
Oh, okay, you're ready for that. Okay, I wanted to give you a
I'm
chance
ready.
to respond, and we're both trying to be really nice to each other, which is great. I like that.
I
I like
always
that.
been nice to you. Jesus.
I'm not saying you haven't, but we've
There are times I
you
wish I
know,
could slap you on the side of the back of the head. It's like, why?
I hear you. I hear you. Well, let's move on to
Okay.
the final posting, and this is from the subreddit deciding to be better, and I really, really love. You can barely see it here because they're using like a white font over a purplish and white background.
Oh, God.
That's just a horrible color to use there.
Oh,
But anyway, deciding to be better, a great subreddit if you're looking for some motivational, positive stuff. And the original
okay.
poster's title is, I feel lonely, not sure what I'm looking for. One more time. I feel lonely, not sure what I'm looking for. Let's read this and see if Mama Goonie and I can figure out what they're looking for. I'm in my mid-20s and I feel incredibly lonely. That happens to all of us. It happens to anyone at any age. I'm not
Yeah.
sure where it started. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Read.
Michelle.
Read.
Okay. Read a little more. Okay, but in the past years, I had only one friend. She's amazing, and we always have fun together. It's probably another guy, incel, same situation. But I still feel alone. I never had a partner. I feel like I escape romantic relationships a lot, even though I desperately desire to have someone close to me. This is probably a guy. For a guy to say I desperately desire to have someone is not the right way to look at it. You got to be happy within yourself first. You got to take care of yourself first. Get
Love
into
yourself
a good
first.
career. Go ahead.
Yeah, love yourself first.
Right.
If
Right.
you don't love or
Love
respect
yourself.
yourself first, how could you give it to somebody else?
Correct. 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 Let's see. I was always attached to my mom. They're probably from the UK. They call moms mums there. Michelle, mum, M-U-M. I was
Uh-huh.
always attached to my mom's um, boobies.
Oh boy. Okay.
She's done her best, but she has her issues. So there's childhood trauma here. Okay.
Oh.
Um, I have always seen her lonely. She never actually went out with a friend. She's constantly having trouble socializing with others. She dedicated all her life to us, my brother and I. That's a big problem because your kids are going to see how you're living your life. Where's the dad? Is the dad even in the picture? My life is honestly good. I'm studying what I love, got very good grades. I don't have economical problems. I'm going to therapy. I sometimes have derealization episodes. I had some major traumas in my childhood. Okay, that's what I was saying a second ago. I'm trying to process. I tend to cry a
Uh-huh.
lot, not the most masculine thing. I'm extremely sensitive, actually, and get hurt for the smallest things. I'm so sensitive most of the
Oh.
time. I detach myself from my emotion. I wish I had friends to do cool things with. Whenever I see a romantic couple, I feel so jealous. When I see friends together, I feel so jealous. I would just like to feel good. Michelle, before you respond, let me share my thoughts real
Oh.
quick because I actually,
Yeah.
when I was younger, I was a lot like this person. Maybe not as
Okay.
bad, but I was a lot like this person, and I had no childhood trauma. I was raised by two great parents. My dad was
Mhm.
very masculine. My mom was very feminine. I was raised right, and I still had these problems. And
Okay.
it's something that, in my opinion, you have to learn to work through it. You have to learn to better yourself. Maybe this young man, I'm assuming it's a man here, is out of shape and, gets teased a lot for the way he looks. A lot of
Mm.
times when you're younger, Michelle, if
Um,
you're out of shape and don't look good, you get teased a lot because nobody has really much emotional self control and has learned, to be a mature person at that young of an age. What are your thoughts?
well, I mean, it could play both ways. He could be, maybe an out of shape kid. Maybe he's obese, perhaps. Um, and usually obese kids usually would get sidelined, or that he's incredibly socially awkward,
Awkward, yeah.
incredibly shy. So, I mean, I'm seeing the words extremely sensitive and actually get hurt. I mean, I'm seeing those wordings in there. So I'm feeling that he's more, I don't think it's more of his looks. I think it's more of his self confidence and that he's incredibly shy.
Yeah,
So,
it could be. But here's the thing: what
so,
I noticed going when I was in grammar school and stuff like that, the women, the girls, even with the really
uh-huh.
shy guys, as long as you were a cute guy in decent shape, they would still talk with you, right? At that point, when you're that now, when you get into your 20s, you're a little bit more mature and you're a little bit more grown, but you're still nowhere near as mature as a 30-year-old or a 40-year-old, right? So you're still kind of like in that high school, maybe grammar school type of outlook. But I honestly think a lot of it does have to do, in my opinion, with looks
Uh-huh.
back then. I mean, yes, being socially awkward doesn't help either. But what if you're socially awkward
Hmm.
and you're unattractive? And unattractive people are typically socially awkward because they're so insecure about the way they look, right? And getting teased by other kids, right? Does that make sense
Insecure.
to you, Mama Goonie? Go ahead.
But I mean, he didn't say that he is an obese kid. That's the thing. He didn't say anything
Right.
about how he looks.
Right.
He didn't say anything about that. He might,
Right.
yeah, maybe, I mean, when you're talking about grammar school kids, I mean, you will be picked on and made fun of some of the dumbest things. Okay, called four eyes because you wear glasses, curly top
Correct.
because you have curly hair. Okay, polka dot face because you have freckles. I mean, you know, I mean, I know I'm that kid that gets picked on. Okay, I'm that kid that is how could I say it, that my skin tone is too light.
Light skinned.
So, oh yeah, I went to a school and it's mostly predominantly a black school. Usually that they're more darker skinned kids. I'm like,
Hmm.
a handful of the lighter ones in the bunch. So I was made fun of because I was too light skinned. Weirdest thing, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is.
So it's
But
like,
some people criticize because the sky is blue. It's stupid. Like
right,
people have different, um, different levels of intelligence and different way they
right.
respond to things. But go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was one of the smarter kids, and I wore glasses, so okay, I was short, smart, lighter skinned, okay? That's a whole big ball of wax, a whole bunch of you know, people making fun of me. And because of it, I was incredibly shy. I was very soft spoken.
Hmm.
So I really tend to stay to myself. So and he's probably one of the kids that get beat up on for no reason. Oh man, you got a number two pencil. Let me go ahead and kick your ass. I mean, for whatever reason. So his confidence has basically seemed to have been taken from him. And the parents didn't do much work in terms of building up his self confidence.
Hmm.
And confidence is built by, you can't learn that yourself. Somebody have to show you and teach you how to have confidence within yourself. And that's probably
Right.
what the issue is with him. So
Yeah.
he's I say that he is incredibly shy.
Okay, let's see what a few comments mentioned about this in the comments section before we wrap it up here in a few minutes, folks. Please get your
Okay.
questions, comments, and concerns in the YouTube chat. We're going to be going off the air in probably about 10 minutes or so. Um,
Cool.
and if you're planning on popping on, it's a little too late now. You all had your opportunity, and there'll be an opportunity again in the future. But so let's read here. Are there any hobbies you have that you enjoy and help you? If not, there's no time like the present to start one. Try to find local clubs around you where you can do those, and from there you can start to make friends. I don't know your job, but maybe reach out to any coworkers you get on with and propose drinks after work or something. Small baby steps. Loneliness is extremely common, yet seldom talked about. I don't think a romantic relationship would be a good idea until you develop a larger and more stable support system and sense of self first, meaning I think you're saying self, meaning to say self worth. Good luck. So real quick, Michelle, before we get to you,
Yeah,
I'll
I
say
agree.
that yeah, I agree too. It's like uh, I honestly think it probably does have something to do with looks, being overweight, and stuff like that. It's an insecurity that a lot of young men and women have. And so, whether they're working or they're at school, it's hard for them. They want to socialize, but they lack the self love and self appreciation, and they're insecure about their looks, so they withdraw themselves, right? And when people try to approach them,
Right.
even if they're good people, and say, "Hey, let's hang out. Let's go to the bar. Let's go to this restaurant. Let's go bowling." Right? No, I got some other things to do. Right? Uh, and maybe that happens also because there are a lot of people that maybe this person was trying to hang out with, but they said, oh, no, we don't hang out with fat people or overweight people or something like that. So I think what people need to
Mm,
realize, regardless of what you look like, is that some people are going to accept you and some people are not. But if you're unhappy with the way you look and you're unhappy being out of shape, get back into shape. And don't only do it just to look good, it's actually much healthier when you're in better shape. You're going to live longer. So I'll tell you honestly, being in good
right.
shape and maintaining your looks and maintaining your health is going to get you further ahead than the other way around. It's going to make your life a lot easier. People will still
Well,
tease you, but you're
yeah.
but it's not going to affect you because you're going to know what your worth is. Go ahead, Michelle.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm also, hey, I'm not gonna lie, okay? I'm not exactly a skinny woman here. Okay? I've never been thin, not real thin. But I
Okay, no
don't
problem.
let my weight get in the way with how I perceive myself. I see myself as a good, strong, intelligent, powerful woman. A little short powerhouse. Okay?
Hmm.
So, I mean, yes, I am working on the body now. Okay? But that's secondary to how I feel, where my confidence goes. In my work, I'm confident in what I'm doing. I know
Hmm.
exactly what I'm doing. I know how to delegate. Okay, different. Let's say that I could be able to go ahead and lead and manage in the work that I'm in right now, and I have that confidence and you know that self confidence and the confidence in the people I work with, that I know that they're capable of doing.
Hmm.
But I mean, as far as for looks, honey, okay, even though that I'm a little bit curvy, that didn't stop me from being able to date. I say it's my
Right.
personality that brings in the guys in the yard, not my milkshake.
Right, and some guys prefer women like you. Like I feel like Q and a Sir Mix-a-Lot moment right now, but I get a copyright claim if I played that. I like big butts and I cannot lie. Yeah, my woman and I love that song. I mean, we grew up with that song. My lady is almost 47. I'm 48, and you remember Mix-a-Lot, right?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You know,
Okay,
little in the
classic.
middle, but you got much back. Yeah.
Oh
Anyway,
boy.
go ahead. Oh
But I
boy,
mean,
yeah.
I don't think that it's my body size, and I don't think it's necessarily it's a preference of the guy. I think they went beyond how I look.
Right.
So I think that there's more to it. The one that I'm dating now, okay? I mean, yes,
Hmm.
he has dated women of all shapes and sizes. He loved women, period. In the story. So when he came across me and convinced me to give him a try and see if he
Hmm.
could be able to make me happy, I gave him that opportunity. So I mean, he came to me. I didn't go begging to him to say, "Hey, please, okay, I know I'm a round one, but I could do you good." No, no, I never had to do that. I never needed to. It just comes off
Hmm.
that my confidence, maturity, and my self-sufficiency, because I'm sorry, there are some guys out there in this day and age does not want a needy woman. They don't want a needy woman. I mean, a woman that would say, I need a man that will take care of me, pay all the bills, and go to work while I stay at home and take care of the house and
True.
do whatever I need him to do. There's a partnership that they're looking for these days.
Right. We don't mind taking care of our
No.
woman to a certain extent, but we want women
Right,
to be self-sufficient nowadays. And
right.
listen, and that's because look, ladies fought for equal rights, right? You ladies fought, you got equal rights. That's great. You have the same exact
Not
rights
a
we
cool, right?
do, right? And
Not
and listen, I'm
completely
more old school. I love taking care of my lady, but I also like the
right.
fact that she's self-sufficient as well, and she does things too, right?
Mhm.
I
I
mean,
mean, I
go
don't
ahead.
mind a guy that I could be able to go ahead and do my take care of my own business, but I don't mind, having a man that's like, "Hey, you know something? Here's the reins. Okay, could you go ahead and take care of this? Okay, while I go
Right.
ahead and check out for a bit.
Right.
I'm gonna want that man that's strong enough to be able to do that for me.
Right.
I'm a switch. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think before we get back to a few more comments, I think that I think that when you're with someone, when you're with the right person, you're going to mutually support each other, and you're going
Right.
to equally share within the household responsibilities, Michelle. And that's what I like. Now, here's the thing: when my lady
Mhm.
comes to my place, right? She
Mhm.
literally, you know, I tell her I want to show her a good time. I want to be a good host, and I clean up after myself and her. But there are
Okay.
times where I'll go in the restroom or something, and then she starts cleaning things, and it's like, it's
Yeah.
not that I don't want her doing that or anything like that, but I'm just trying to show her that, hey, I'm unlike any other man you've been with. I'm actually very well domesticated. I'm all man, don't get me wrong, but I can cook,
Right.
I can clean, I can scrub toilets, I can mop floors, I can vacuum, I can do all the shit that once was only known as shit that women would do, right? And
Right.
that's that. Honestly, when you're a man that's domesticated like that, and you're still a man, and you've got a good woman that does the same thing, right? You make a
Right.
great team. There's nothing better than
Right.
that. Like,
Yes.
do you agree with that, or
Agree. I agree with
okay?
that.
Okay, well let's move forward here. We're gonna wrap this up in a few minutes. A couple more comments here.
Yes, yes.
Um, what hobbies would you recommend? I don't have the courage to ask coworkers to hang out. I feel like they have their own lives. Then another person says you don't even need your own hobbies. Just do what other people you talk to are doing. No, do what you enjoy and hang around with people that have mutual interests. This is piss poor advice right here. What I
Right.
mean
I
is
agree with
making
you on that. I
you
agree with
do
you on that. Yeah.
okay,
I would say that he needs to go into and find what he likes, what interests him. That way
right,
he can be able to enjoy it or
right,
experiment.
right.
Okay?
Right, and I agree that I honestly think that opposites don't attract, and I feel that the more you know common ground you have with somebody, the better chance you have to work things out with them because you're going to relate to more things. Let's continue here. What I mean is making friends has never been an issue for me because I don't particularly like talking about myself and prefer to ask questions to others about what they're interested in. Well, it's not that you don't like talking about yourself. It's selfish to always just talk about yourself.
Right.
I mean, I get what this person is saying. They're just not phrasing it the right way. A lot of people like to talk about the things they enjoy, and then the real trick is to show interest in those things they enjoy and get to know about the person and those hobbies. If you don't like those hobbies, don't pretend to like and just try to fit in. Find people that have
Right.
similar interests. And with the internet nowadays, Michelle, with meetup.com and stuff, you can find things to do with people that enjoy similar things as you do, right?
Right. Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
easier.
As a
It's
matter of fact.
easier than ever before nowadays, and these kids are making it more difficult. Wow, food for thought, huh?
Absolutely. But you know
All
something?
right,
Okay. Uh
go ahead.
I would say a hobby. I mean, if you can be able to go ahead and just jump into something that you know that you love and you know that you enjoy. My hobbies, okay? I love karaoke, okay?
Ooh,
You will meet a lot of people if you get into the karaoke rings.
mm-hmm,
Um, let's see. I personally like arts and crafts. There's plenty of arts and crafts circles is around there. There's a knitting club. I don't know if the gentleman would like knitting, but there are
mm-hmm,
guys who do knit.
mm-hmm.
Okay. As a matter of fact,
Sure.
somebody made a pair of socks that I bought off of. It was like wool socks. It's wonderful. It's like amazing. But I would say that getting out, finding something that you're interested in, and just get into those circles, do a little research. Okay, this group meets on this day and is open. Go ahead and check it out. What do you got to lose? Maybe a couple of hours of your time. And if you like it, keep going. And then expand from there. And you will
Mm-hmm.
meet people. And you know, you're gonna socialize, and eventually he's going to have himself his own group of friends separate from work, separate from school. Because I mean, don't you have like friends that is separate from you too, right, Eli?
Yeah. Yeah, oh,
Okay,
absolutely. I mean, I've got my family, I got friends, I got
you got
friends
your
on
friends,
Facebook, professional
right?
friends and personal friends, high school friends. I mean,
Yes.
there's a lot. And Michelle, the funny thing is, real quick, it's like a lot of these people that troll, like I was talking on my earlier stream, a lot of these
Uh-huh.
people that troll do it because they don't have anything else to do. Because when you have a lot of friends and things to do,
Okay.
you're so occupied, you don't have time to troll even if you wanted to, right, Michelle?
Right. Yes. You'll be
Yeah,
preoccupied as like, okay, well, I gotta go karaoke later on tonight. Then you're
right,
getting ready to go to karaoke and you go out and you have
right,
fun. You sing your favorite songs and you just enjoy your friends. Or
right.
some people who are religious is like, I got a church meeting tonight, so I've got to go and
Hmm.
to the church meeting. There's things. And you can be able to find friends in different type of circles anywhere you want to go. You just have to be willing to try.
Correct. Correct. All right, let's read just a couple more comments here. Folks, get your
Sure.
questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in just a few minutes here. Let's see here. Even if you don't think it is something interesting at first, fake it for the sake of just getting to know the person. No, this is bad advice. And
That's bad
because you
advice.
never, it is bad advice. And because you never know what things you'll like until you know more about it, well, you got to figure that out on your own. You can't just sit there. I mean, sometimes if you're actually
No.
open to trying something new, okay, and you want to connect with somebody because you're open to trying a new thing that they've done for a while, that's fine, but don't do it just for the sake of trying to please them so they can accept you as a friend. Connect with
No.
people that
No.
you feel a mutual commonality with or common interest in, right?
Right.
Something like, oh man, I've never gone spelunking before, but it sounds kind of cool. What the hell is that? These millennials. And post millennials. Would I be able to join you one time? Maybe. Not something you say immediately, but after 10 minutes or so of showing genuine interest in their activity and letting them talk about it. I mean, here's the thing, Michelle. We've got
Mm,
so many socially awkward people nowadays that just were not raised right. I mean, you are taught to
right.
socialize by your parents when you're younger, by going to family events with the grandparents and aunts and
Right.
uncles and all that. And what
Right.
it's telling me nowadays is that these kids are not being social. The parents are not teaching them social skills within
Right.
the household. Is that what do you think? Does that make sense regarding what's probably happening?
There's probably that the social skills do start with the household.
Hmm.
It does start there. So it's just a
Right.
matter of what type of activities that the parents get you involved in. Where they're into church activities, where they're into crafting, where they do um, go out bowling, okay? Take the family out and do family activities.
Hmm.
So it's just a matter of if that is something that he has been exposed to in his younger years. I was not really exposed to that in my younger years. So when I, finally moved out of my mother's house, okay, when I was at a younger age, I had the opportunity to experience different things because my mother, okay, different person altogether, she's the one that does not like to do much of anything. I mean, she goes home, go to work, go home, go to work. That's it. So when I moved out, I decided to broaden my own horizons. So I'm strangely built that way. But
Okay.
usually in most family settings, in a nuclear unit family, they would have activities, family reunions, church gatherings, um, bridge parties, poker time, bowling, golfing, something. the family gets together and does something and does an activity on a regular basis. Hello there, Paul Simmons.
It's
But
Blue Ball Brandon.
mm,
It's Blue Ball Brandon. I'm sure you've heard of him in the past.
I've
Blue Ball
heard,
Brandon.
I've heard, but I don't recall much. Sorry
Oh,
about that.
okay. That's okay. Go ahead, continue.
No, I'm finished. What do you think?
Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, I think it all starts within the household. I think it starts within, um, the father being a masculine man and being a great masculine role model to the son and the sons and the daughters, and the mother being a great feminine role to the daughters and the sons, right? Because here's the thing, like a little girl is going to look up to her father,
Mhm.
as the role model of the type of man she's going to be attracted to when she gets of age to meet someone, settle down with, get married, have a family, right? Okay, and
Okay.
the father is going to play the role of, the example of the type of man, his son is going to be, right? Now, on the flip side, when you look at the mother, a little boy is going to look at his mother as the example for the type of woman that he's,
Okay.
going to be able to, that he's going to attract and be, happy with, right?
Right.
Whereas for, let's say there's a daughter involved, the mother is going to be the role model for the type of woman she's
Mhm.
going to become for the man that she's going
Okay.
to be with, right? Or the type of woman in general, right? And so
Usually the kids
it
will emulate the parents. Usually, yeah.
correct. I went into a little more detail, but that's what happens. But see, the problem nowadays, Michelle, is,
Mhm.
and again, I'm all for women being liberated. You've heard my jargon on that many times. Many people have. Hey, Will, how you doing? Not so nerdy gaming. Not enough time to get any more people on the panel, but next time we got to get you on. Hey, Will, if you're around tomorrow and you want to just do an interview or do a catch up or something, let me know, Will, and I will get you on, bro. Um, the problem
Yeah.
nowadays, because of feminism and women working in the workforce, respectfully, right? Women are exuding more masculine energy than feminine energy. And a lot of women have become the head of household, which is not a bad thing, but they're also behaving more masculine than feminine. Then you have the fathers behaving more feminine than masculine, and it confuses the little boys and little girls. And that's why you have,
Okay.
well, that's why you have guys like the mid-30s guy that we're not trying to mention here, turn out the way they turned out, right? That's the listen. I hate to even go there, but that is the perfect example of what I was just what. Well, you're laughing because it's true, but go ahead. I'm going to shut my mouth and let you talk, Michelle.
No,
It's
you're
your chance,
awesome.
your show.
You're
I'm
awesome.
retiring, Michelle. The floor is all yours, girl. I'm going to put you full screen.
No, that's you. That's you. Okay. I mean, I don't think that he is the rule. Okay. This you may have him as an example, but I don't. I seriously doubt that he is the rule. If that makes any sense,
Okay, sure.
I don't think he's a rule. We we're humans and we are individuals. We have the ability to think individually, and we
Sure.
grow and develop in our own individual rate. It's
Hmm.
not, that's why I'm saying that he may be one type, but he's not the rule, dude. It's not true. It's no one wants to be put in a box and labeled and set aside as like, okay, he is that type of person, and that's all they'll ever will be.
Hmm.
A
Hmm.
person still has the ability to grow and evolve, even in
Right.
their what 30s, 40s, 50s. I'm still growing and evolving.
Hmm.
Okay, I mean, I
Yeah.
know what I want. Okay, and I will have to write my own roadmap to get from point A to point B of what I want in my life. I mean, it's gonna be my birthday this month, dude. It's my birthday month. Okay,
Well,
so
happy early birthday, Mama Goonie Michelle.
no, thank you,
Michelle,
Eli.
hang on. Let me give you an early big round of applause.
Oh. Thank
Yeah,
you.
and we'll do one even better. We'll get the crowd surging for you in the chat. I know the stupid old school 80s radio sound bites, right?
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead,
don't think they're
Michelle. Go
stupid at
ahead.
all. I don't think they're stupid at all. I think they're classic. Okay.
Oh, thank
So,
you. That's a better way to put it. That's a better way to put
yeah,
it.
I think is better. Okay. Positivity. Remember, Eli,
Oh,
positivity
I'm just having
positive
fun, and you know it. You know it. It's all
Okay,
good.
okay, okay.
Oh,
All right,
I'm just having
wonderful.
fun. Oh
But
yeah. Go ahead.
I would say that we all still growing and evolving, hun. Okay, just
Right.
because you reach a certain age doesn't mean that you stop evolving.
Correct.
You, if you want to be stuck in your ways, of course, yes, you will be stuck in your ways. If you don't want to
Right.
change your mind, I'm a Taurus. It takes a lot to change my mind on a lot of things. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but I have learned that if you open your mind and then say, okay, what about this perspective, this, and this, then I will actually find it a little bit more freeing, believe it or not. It's more freeing. So, I mean, like, I've learned forgiveness, okay? I mean, I just really recently learned forgiveness, but I have also learned that you can forgive a person. It's okay to forgive, but you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to forget. You don't have to give benefits along with that forgive. I mean, have you ever been told or somebody tells you, hey, you know something? I forgive you for what you've done and I'll bring you back into the chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or I forgive you for what's going on and I'll give you back your rent, right?
Yep.
That's forgiveness and benefit. So not only that you gave the forgiveness, but you also, along with that forgiveness, you gave a benefit. But I've also learned that you can forgive and it's okay to forgive. And that will be good for yourself. But you don't have to
Yeah.
give a benefit. Do you know that?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it makes sense. It makes sense. I'm also uh it's funny,
Go ahead.
Paul Simmons is just talking a little smack there. Coach wants to open legs, not minds. Ain't that right, brother? Well, bro,
Oh,
it's
get it.
all good. You know, Mama Goody knows me as Hung Howie and or George Dickel. Mama wasn't around 2017/2018 when Triple Blue was at prime time. Blue ball,
Oh.
Brandon. And earlier, my lady respectfully, maturely, and professionally says, Mama, it has been a pleasure having you on the panel to get a female's perspective. I agree with a lot of what you said tonight. Great meeting you. So yeah, babe, awesome, and
Oh.
not so nerdy gaming. Hey everyone, I definitely will let you know. Says not so nerdy gaming about doing a show together. I look forward to that. Will, I hope you're doing well, brother. Mama Goonie, go ahead and make your final thoughts, and then I'm gonna remove you off the panel, and then I'm gonna shut down the show, and I will connect with you on Facebook, and we'll get some more shows going. If you do some shows, Mama Goonie, on your channel, let me know. I'm willing. Are you still monetized?
Yes, I am. I've always been
Good,
monetized. I never lost it.
good, because you've never violated the terms of service. It's just
I
that
never
some of the people
violated the
we
terms of service. Yeah, I don't. I try not to get into that sticky stuff when it comes to my channel. As a matter of fact, I try to keep it as clean as possible.
right, right.
I
No,
try. I try.
and I and I do too. And you can occasional profanity is not a bad thing. You can still be
No, no, no.
monetized, and it's all good. But yeah, it's the other people that we've hung out with in the past that
Yeah,
they're the ones
yeah.
that push the boundaries, and then they get shut down. But go ahead and share your final thoughts, Mama Goody, before we get on out of here, and
Oh.
then we'll go from there.
Well, my goodness. Okay. I mean, when it comes to human emotions, especially when it comes to loneliness or obsessions, uh, is a possibility that when it comes to loneliness, you can be able to fix loneliness. You can. Okay, it's that if you have to be willing to try, you have to go out there, find something that interests you, and before you know it, that you will have people that will be drawn to you
Hmm.
and will have, you know, have who share the same interest, then that loneliness part will be resolved. As far as for the obsessive guy, okay, that one, ooh, makes me worried. Girlfriend, you need to block him. You need to put a restraining order out. But other than that, I say that we're still growing emotional beings and we will evolve. How's that?
That sounds great. That's a beautiful way to end the show, and I look forward to actually working
You
with
know
you on some
something?
stuff. If you're, go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna be doing some more cooking streams and some reactions, so you're perfectly welcome to join.
I will stop on by there. Yeah, I've resubscribed to everyone and banged the bell, selected all notifications, including
Whoop, whoop.
your channel as well from both of my channels. And no, I definitely look forward to that. Mama Goonie, thank you so much for being here. Have yourself a good one. Big round of
You
applause to
too.
Goonie.
Bye,
And thank
everybody.
bye everyone. Says Goonie. All right, so Goonie is off the panel. Mama Goonie, thank you so much for being here. Back now to full screen. Alex, the beer master. See, I modded you here too, Alex. Alex, how you doing, bro? I really like this background tonight. I really like it. I like that. You see, I'm so secure within myself. I can say things like, I love the array of colors that this background has, right? Trolls and haters will say, "Oh, you're a, you know what?" I'm not going to say it and get this video removed. I love everybody, but let me mention this before I get on out of here. You know, uh, Paul Simmons, aka Blue Ball Brandon. Yeah, we know who you are. We've known you for 5 years, going back to 2017, right? 2017/18, right? No, my other channel is fully monetized and no community guideline strikes, no community guideline warnings, no copyright strikes, nothing, totally clean. It's just, I mentioned this and you probably missed it, and I'll keep mentioning it. I'm going to be transitioning most of my live streams from my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, to this channel here, Coach Eli 2, Uncensored Live Streams. And I'm going to more so put out pre-recorded content on that channel in high quality at 4K, 60 frames per second. I can't even talk. In 4K at 60 frames per second, which is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to do some YouTube shorts there. I'm also going to be, doing some premiere videos and some occasional, live streams, occasionally. But most of the streams will be done on this channel. The Walking with Purpose streams will move here once this channel gets monetized. It's very close. It's getting very close to 1,000 subscribers. I've got close to 3,000 watch hours now. I should get to 4,000 watch hours within a few weeks to a month at the most. It just all depends how many streams I do here and how many people show up and how long they stick around. Coach needs a cup. Coach needs a cup of Kirkland's finest at this hour. I've already got one, dude. And dude, I know you're just trying to bust my balls, but you don't have to be that aware of jumbling some words because I'm a little bit tired, brother. I mean, it's like, okay, let's just broadcast every little move that Eli makes. After this, he's gonna go eat, and then he's gonna take a dump, and then he's gonna do this. But I get it, bro. But I get it. So, yeah, this channel is getting very, very close to being monetized, and I've decided I am going to monetize this channel. So that is that. In the meantime, the walking streams will continue on the other channel again until this gets monetized, and I have the full blown version also of mobile live streaming, which you get a week or two after you hit 1,000 subscribers. All right. So that's it, folks. I want to thank you all for being here tonight. I will say this. I might possibly come back for a late night stream. I am contemplating tackling something head on that you folks would least expect. And I may do a live stream tonight to put that out there to get the ball rolling on that, because I've gotten to the point here where you know, I'm ready to tackle everything head on. Everything head on. Some things transpired earlier today, and let's just say that I've got an idea of how to handle this. So stick around. There may be a late night stream, a brief 30 to 60 minute late night stream here on this channel, Coach Eli 2, uncensored live streams. I forgot to share this stream on my main channel. I will share it for the replay. If I do go live later on tonight, I will share the link on my community tab on my main channel so more people can check it out. But stick around and find out what happens next. With that being said, thank you to Alex the Beer Master for being here. Thank you to Mama Goonie for being here. Thank you to Paul Simmons, Blue Ball Brandon for being here. Thank you to my lady, respectfully, maturely, and professionally. Thank you to Not So Nerdy Gaming. Thank you to Mama Goonie for being on the panel, and for Coach J-Rom for being on the panel earlier and being in the chat. Thank you to Anna for being here earlier as well. Anna Rom, Sifu Smoke Dion was here earlier, and too many more to mention. Old Dirty Ninja, ODN was here, and many, many more. So keep it locked here. Subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications. Also subscribe to my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Nightpot's been sharing the link every 7 minutes, and the link is also in the description section for those of you on the replay. Have yourselves a great one. We'll see you all next time, whenever that may be. Take care. Bye. 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 Bye.